Kick this motherfucking muley.
What's happening, beautiful people? It's Tuesday, April 31st. The rent is due. The Church of What's Happening Now, New Testament, is in full effect. I got my main man, Syatt here, the Cato of comedy, and I got my main dog, Danny Bianculo. We go back 40 years, so
a little longer than that, kid.
Sit back, grab some popcorn, and make some notes. And if you like, call an attorney and see what the fuck is going on today. What's up, Danny B?
Your math is wrong. 40 years. It's more like 50 years, pal.
Cool. It's 80 years in cocaine years.
Dog life. Dog fucking life.
Fucking
I was going to say,
40 years.
This is really nice. It's great to be with you, pal.
It's great to see you.
It's been too long.
And you came up, you saw the old neighborhood. It looks like a fucking
horrified. I thought I needed a passport to get in my own neighborhood.
The fucking roads. I know.
It was nuts.
I know.
I saw potholes. I saw a guy on the roof with a machete.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, but it's where...
I did find a parking spot.
Motherfucker, it's what got us on the map.
Dude, they told me they're renting Airbnbs now on my old neighborhood, 78th Street in Bergen.
Yeah, I believe it.
Talking to the guy. Like,
yeah, they go right into anything that's close to that fucking Big Apple, and they don't have to pay those fucking prices in the city. They'll keep... Somebody hit me up on Twitter. I'm in a hotel in North Bergen. Where do I get something to eat? On Route fucking 3. How's that?
Oh, man, I tell you what, it's frightening down there. It's funny because the guy was talking to, he owns the eyeglass store there, and he's like, yeah, it's so bad. They're renting out these things, Airbnbs, and the funny part is the North Bergen cops are always in the neighborhood collecting envelopes. I guess they're zoning illegally or whatever he was getting at. I don't know if it's true or not, so I'm just going by what the guy said, and he's owned the store for 26 years, so I kind of believe him.
It's funny because I only come up here on Mondays.
Don't blame you.
And I'm going to be as honest as I can with you. Every Monday is a psychological thriller because I go up a different block. Every fucking Monday. Some Mondays I go up 76. Some Mondays I go up 80th. Some Mondays I go up 82nd Street. Whatever lets you go up, I take those rides just to see the town. And in your mind, you're just hearing felonies. Oh, I mugged somebody there.
Flashbacks.
I snorted coke in that building. We robbed that place as a kid. I'd come up here with my daughter, and before we're on the turnpike and we're about to hit, Route 46, and right there it says that. What's that fucking gas station I robbed?
Which one?
Which one?
Which one?
Pick one.
No, the big one, the one with the football coach. Lombardi. Like, I was driving past and I felt like saying, mercy, I almost robbed. I said, fuck it, leave it.
Well, you robbed the rest area?
The Lombardi gas station.
They're like on the main turnpike?
On the main
I thought you were doing small ones.
Oh,
that's like a...
No, if you want to expend your envelope, that's where cars come in every...
Oh, that was one of the ones you worked
Cars
at.
come in every
ballsy.
3 seconds.
That's
it's
really
constant.
ballsy. Actually, speaking of flashbacks, I was showing my oldest son, Jaden, the bank, TD Bank, where Gary took down, that led him to prison for
the TD Bank was on 69th and
No, it's right by the White Castles. If you pass heading down Fairview Avenue, TD Bank there.
No shit.
Robbed it with a butter knife. Don't you remember? 2013?
I thought he robbed it with a fishing line. And then
he might have had that. No.
Yeah, the fishing
butter
line.
Knife, yeah.
He took a deposit back.
Butter knife and a BB gun. So
he fucking threw the fishing line down. This is in the 80s. They weren't hip to fucking North Bergen mentality. You just dropped the bag in there. And this motherfucker went in there like Jacques Cousteau with a fishing line, tagged out the bag, stopped the cab driver on Kennedy Boulevard and said, take me to Kennedy Airport.
I should have never bought him that pocket fisherman.
Oh, no. And then he got caught because he tipped the tip. He gave the guy like $200.
Oh, he always ratted it on himself.
Yeah, he ratted on himself.
Gary would get high as a kite and just, I can't take it. I'm calling Bodie. I'm going to turn myself in. Jenner, I did it. He lived with me for a bit and he'd be gone for like 4 hours. I'm like, where the fuck is he going? What did he do? Then somebody knocking on the door. I'm paranoid, like, what the fuck? And it's Gary, where the fuck were you? Oh, I was on the roof talking to Bodie and Jenner. And they're the cops. The cops that busted me they got me for a hat trick in 1 year, 3 times in a season. But I'd be like, so you were on the roof talking to Bodie, Jenner, and Corey. Those were the dirty detectives. So he always ratted on himself, always got himself into trouble. But his worst one was the TD Bank. That's when the bag blew up. He had the dye on him. No. That gets better. He's with another kid that's younger. The kid's young, and they've both been up for 2 or 3 days. So they find the one kid in the cemetery hiding, behind a tombstone. His mother was the getaway driver. She died a couple of years later. That's why they didn't even bother prosecuting her. But Gary decided to hijack a truck, right? A car, and he don't know how to drive stick. So he crashed it. Then
When you said he had dye over him, was it on his face? Did he
It was
like
all over
open
his
the bag?
legs. The thing, it was, in
You
the
ever seen
summer.
those things blow up?
I've
Yeah,
seen it in
boom.
movies. I didn't
No,
see anyone actually
you gotta
get
see,
it.
Like,
I remember-
fucking people blow up with that
Yeah,
shit.
and
Really?
You can't take that ink off.
No, it's,
Have you gotten hit with the dyes?
No,
No.
I never robbed a bank.
No, that's out of my.
I didn't know
league.
I didn't know what else they put dyes in. You never had any sort of dye in anything? The smaller stuff.
No.
Nah,
No.
nah. But anyway, they found him hiding underneath the car with the blue legs. He was pale, and the only thing you saw was his little skinny legs shaking with the blue dye on it, and the rest is history. He's been locked up since then. That was
Yeah.
yeah. He started doing time in '91. Got home in '97 for a cup of coffee, like 6 months. Went back into 2012.
Yeah, he was on the podcast.
Got
for a
back
little bit.
out for 6. So out of the last 35 years, he's been locked up all but a year. Yeah. Yeah. Now they got him sedated in that northern state by Newark, the airport. That's where he's sitting. Then he heads for the feds for another 15 years after that. So looks like game over.
You know, man, it was crazy. Like, we lived by no rules. You know, like for years, I lived by no rules. Cops didn't even bother me. When you said the cops are coming, we got this. You know, we'll hide for a few
Well, we knew
days,
all of them anyway.
and then they forget. You know, once I got locked up, I knew one thing. That was not the way. Like, there is nothing that's worth them taking away your freedom.
That's awful.
Nothing. Nothing. You go and you fucking say, I'm never going to get in this position again. But I had a friend in L.A., in Colorado, the night I won the amateur contest, December 18th, 1991, he got caught. My friend's nephew got caught stealing a suitcase from Kentucky Fried Chicken. He went there to get a bucket of chicken, and he saw the briefcase. And he took it. He went home and they realized he had nothing in there but coupons for chicken. But they caught him on the camera, and they went to his house and pulled him out of the bed at 2 a.m. Do you know that motherfucker just got out 4 years ago?
Wow.
And I said to him, I go, dog, he could have done a comedy career. He got arrested 91, and he just got out 4 fucking
What are we
years
looking?
ago.
35 fucking years.
Yeah, because that charge, he got into a fight in there.
Wow.
Then they let him out, and he got caught robbing
Over
a car.
coupons. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you
Are
know.
the coupons valid still, though, Coco?
I
Can he
don't
still use
fucking
them?
know. I don't fucking know.
I
what
would
he
hope
robbed.
so. After he got to get something for that.
I don't
It's
think he
just
buried the coupons.
funny how somebody could just live their life like that. It's okay. And my buddy, every time he got out, he got a different chick pregnant. Different fat chick pregnant. So he's a Cuban kid. He loves those fat chicks, the white ones that are half retarded. So he bangs those, and they bring him cookies in jail and shit, because only chubby
think
white
he-
chicks bring you food in jail. There ain't no hot chicks visiting you.
I
in
never
jail.
had any visitors when I was locked
Yeah,
up.
I had
maybe a
visitors.
handful over the 3 years I was down.
But it's just really funny that some people, man, 20 years in prison, you get out and the world, you think the world has changed for us now?
Hmm.
Think if you were away and you came out and all some people like, where's a payphone? There ain't no more payphones. What do I need to make a call? Can I just get a cab now? Uber. What's Uber?
What's
the
an
fuck
app?
is Uber? What's an app? You know, so I can't imagine even doing something like that.
It's hard. It's, and he was, I guess in jail, he was somebody. He had a clout,
But that's what happens.
and he liked that role. They called him the leprechaun, for Christ's sakes. They feared him. He was so feared in prison, they kicked him out of Attica. We talked about this. He bit a pagan's nose off. A pagan who was in life for double murder. He cut his girl's, out for cheating on him. So this was no little punk that he took down. But the guy pressed charges, and Gary refused protective custody because the gang wanted to kill him. And they just figured for the safety of the prison system, just ship him up to Auburn, and that's where he was released some years later. But yeah, he bit a pagan's nose off. And I think that was the hardest. And he had it easy when he was home. We talked about this years ago. He had everything, beautiful homes. He didn't have a car, but he got rides everywhere, cell phone, got his teeth fixed for him, hooked him up. Everybody went out of their way, iPads. He just, I don't know, he was just a criminal by nature, I guess.
You just get, you just feel like that's what's safety. That feels like home. No responsibility. You talk shit all day. You brag about the prisons you've been in and what crimes you committed, and people,
Yeah.
you went to Attica. Oh. And you're like, I could see if he said he went to Notre Dame. I could say if he went to fucking
Excuse
the
me.
Shiva Institute, and people go, holy shit, MIT, But for you to tell people, yeah, I did a nickel in
Well, he did go to
Pelican Bay.
Auburn.
Ooh, really? Oh my God, how was it? And the guy's like telling you, like it's a fucking country club, and you're sitting there going, what is going on? That these people are glamorizing. Yeah, they let you up till midnight. You get free clothes. You get to swim in the summer, and you're like, these are things you do at home. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you just couldn't fucking handle it. And that's what it really is. Once you see those people and you see that they're in a fucking, listen, they couldn't survive in the real world.
Yeah. Well, I did try to tell Gary when people like, where you coming from, where you been? I said, just tell him you just graduated Auburn, the prison. But, college, it could go either way, but he didn't understand that. But yeah, he just, I don't know, Cokes. It's sad because I loved Gary growing up. He really became nuts, He did some serious time with some serious people. For example, Mark David Chapman killed John Lennon. He used to serve him up his food. I got a letter handwritten and signed from Mark David Chapman wishing Gary luck in life and preaching the word of God to him. God loves you and he will forgive you. Did he forget you're still locked up? I guess that doesn't work. But he did some serious time. So what's his name from Goodfellas? The one Robert De Niro played in Jimmy Conway. And then he hooked up with the Russians and he did a lot of crazy stuff, Gary, And I think he really became, he was always nuts to begin with. Remember when he was young, he did the the mushrooms? What was that when you were like a high?
Dog, I come back with like 20 guns and a bag of mushrooms. I put the mushrooms on top of the dinner table. His mother's going to cook. We're in the room going through the guns, the bullets, and the coke, and the whole fucking deal. And all I can hear is... And I go, Gary, Daddy, somebody's eating the mushrooms. We go out. The kid's 14 years old. It's like potato chips. He's eating them like chips.
Watch him instead.
I didn't know what they were.
Yeah,
We put the bag down. Danny took the bag. Give me the fucking bag. We went out. We partied. We went to some bar. We come back at 4 a.m. The house is black. Even Danny pulls up and goes, something's not right. There ain't a light on in my fucking house. We walk upstairs. He turns the light on, and there's Gary on the couch in the dark. I'll never forget this. And he looks up and he goes, what? I ain't tripping. He's 14 years old.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that you don't come back from that. A couple walks up and down the hill, 46th Street.
He
was vodka. You drink some fucking water from Lincoln School or something like that in the fucking pipes. McKinley, Franklin, those 3 schools, there's something wrong with the fucking water. Okay? And that's it. Couple of years in North Bergen, that's it. I saw people in front of me lose their fucking minds here in the mid-'80s. This was no joke. Up and down those streets by your grandmother's, that was no joke. You could be walking the streets at 4 and bump into 2 people looking for a bottle of vodka. Like, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm looking for vodka. It's 4 in the fucking morning. And you're by 82nd Street.
I might have been one of them periodically. I got to raise my hand.
Down from his grandparents' hotel.
Yeah, one of those dives down there.
Oh, Doug.
And there was another one down a little bit.
With a jacuzzi in it, with 3 rooms connected.
Yeah. You were big time when you got the jacuzzi room. I got the jacuzzi room.
And bitches were coming in and it was filled with Arab sperm and bubble gun wrappers. And you're in there like, yeah, look at me. I'm on Tunley Avenue in a hot tub and shit. Take a picture to put on IG. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was Joe Tobia's spot. Remember Joe Tobia?
Yes.
He loved that place.
Yeah, I beat him there one time too.
Yeah, well, he got robbed every other day. He deserved it. He'd drive around with the bracelets on, sticking his hand out.
He had the car that you couldn't get close to it because it had an alarm. And it would go right to his page. He used to drive me fucking crazy because he would put the coke right by the back window. All you had to do was break that window.
Oh, he was the worst show-off, yeah. Did this happen in your neighborhood, Lee, by any chance?
No.
Where'd you grow up? What type of neighborhood did you grow up?
I grew up in a neighborhood where, honestly, there was like one guy in my high school who has since passed away, but he was a very good dude to me. He grew up down the street from me, but would occasionally go to prison for like a year or 2.
Okay.
But no, not much.
That's all you got? One guy in the whole town?
I think so. It wasn't.
Did you grow up in a synagogue?
I'm so sorry. This is the only room where that's like, listen, you kind of grew up in a fucking pussy place. Yeah. No, I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
No, it was. I used to joke like the police station in my town. They didn't maybe a couple DUIs. If you look at the
probably from out of towners too.
Yeah.
Or your buddy that goes to jail once a year.
crazy? Because when we're driving on these streets, yeah, we see all these disasters and all this, but there was a lot of good stories on the streets.
Mm.
You know, we tell some crazy stories about drugs and all that shit, but we saw some pretty interesting stuff growing up that most people don't see. As like, people say to me, "Why don't you drink? Why don't you drink and drive?" You know why? I'll tell you why. New Year's 1980, I went to see Aerosmith at the Nassau Coliseum.
Oh, gosh.
With somebody, and on the way back, his cousin, his uncle got stuck. They had a flat fucking
Mike?
Yeah, they got stuck with Nicky DeLucia.
Oh, Nick.
Nicky DeLucia
Still
with
has the car washes, I
with
think.
the fucking tow truck.
Okay.
Time. But I came back with Mike Denny, the devil. And as we were driving back on Kennedy Boulevard, I saw RX-7 take a tree out, a pole out by Moreg's. And it was in the middle, and the one person was dead, and the other girl was yelling. And that lesson alone said,
1980.
when they were cutting the roof, the guy goes, vodka bottle or something, alcohol. And I go, God damn it. And that was it. You know? I never seen nobody OD. That's why I think I kept snorting coke. But if I would have seen somebody purple, like that didn't happen. Like,
We lost a lot of
friend-
people to car accidents over the years.
Yeah, but think about it. Like I have a friend she's 30. She was snorting coke about 5 years ago with 4 people. They all took a line of coke and it was fentanyl. They
Oh,
all
gosh.
died.
That's a shame.
Dog, can you imagine that?
No,
happened
I
in North
can't.
Bergen? We would get killed because one of those sons were going to be somebody's important. Look
Yeah.
at the people that were running with us.
Well, this is
We had people all walks. You know, chief of police's sons. You know, mayor's. son.
absolutely.
You had everybody in those parties.
Did that happen? You haven't told a lot of stories about ODs.
No.
A couple, but that didn't really seem to happen
No.
to you.
Got some
That-
scares. People paranoid more than anything. I think I'm dying. How about? Well, I don't want to throw out names here, but we've seen some people get frightened though, like paranoid. And I wanted to say something, but I'm probably better off
I
not.
could start with me.
No, I'm not.
I saw the evolution, but you didn't see that part. That's the part when I was alone. The part of fucking, you know, if I went to pick up a package and I was driving home and there's a cop car, let's say I live on 50th Street, but there's a cop car parked on 70th Street. I look at that cop car and I keep going. It's got nothing to do with me. But after about 3 hours of snorting coke, I'm thinking about why that cop car
What is
was
he
there.
doing down the block?
What was he doing down the fucking
What does he
block?
want
And that's
from
when
me?
it starts.
Yeah.
You start hitting the curtains and then fucking
Peekaboo.
you see a fucking shadow under the door and you're like, oh, you know, and it's a horrible, listen, it's fucking horrible. I'm going to tell you the worst one ever. I fly back here. The Mets are in the
86 World Series.
86 World Series.
Okay.
I'm coming to see you. I get here and you're a gentleman. You go, your shit's in the thing. Give me the money next time.
I remember that one.
I'm going away. He goes, you told me my house is your house. Stay here till Sunday and catch a plane. I'll pay for the car. I said, fine. You left me money. What you didn't fucking tell me was that the pipes broke in the house. And there was 3 feet of fucking water everywhere.
What?
So I got this, you know, I got 6 ounces of coke.
Is this Bassiano's old house?
I don't know
Durham
whose
Ave-
house
So
it
it must have
was.
been Durham Avenue.
Dog, it was downstairs.
In the basement,
and next
yeah.
thing you know, I'm sleeping on
I remember
a
that. place.
bed that's floating, right?
Bro,
the
that
bed
water
was-
bed, that was Durham
And then I
Avenue.
would walk, dog. Then I would walk, and then finally I couldn't take it no more. It was cold outside.
Yeah,
it was
the
like
water pipes,
October.
yep.
And I start snorting.
Oh, I got scared in
And
that
your
place.
sister
Though.
came down with beers. She saved my life, and she brought me like a case of beers and a bottle of something. For 8 hours, I was snorting, like
Skating.
holding a thing and going through water, like with a lantern.
Swoosh,
I could have
swoosh.
got electrocuted at any point
Why would you stay at?
because I had nowhere to go. I was coked
I was
up.
probably in a hotel.
He was in a hotel by
The
Shea
Sheridan.
Stadium or something.
No,
like
I was
that.
at the Sheridan by the Meadowlands. I used to
And
go
I'm
there a lot.
fucking in this thing. And then Sunday comes. And the car comes as planned, and I get in the car.
I
And
remember
I
this.
got a
Holy
white,
shit.
I got the same shirt on. I got a white flannel on. That they were big in the 80s. You could wear these as a shirt, like I'm doing today. And I had a white flannel and a hooded sweatshirt. And I'll never forget this. I get to Kennedy fucking airport. And in those days, there weren't no tubes to the plane. You went outside. And all of a sudden, they're like, all right, go to the plane. And there's all these people with winter jackets on. And I'm walking with the flannel. Steam is coming out of me because
Wetting.
I've been snorting coke for 3 days. And everybody's looking at me like, whoa. I mean, the steam was coming off my shirt. Everybody was like, is he a saint? And I got on the plane, and dog, I wasn't sitting down 2 minutes. I had to start snorting coke. So I got up and down while people walking in.
Uh-huh.
I was walking to the bathroom.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Yes,
that
I
was
did.
common back then. They didn't
Bro,
bother.
I got up 10 times before the plane was landed.
Took
And
off
then-
or landed?
Before it took off.
Jesus.
I was already coked up to the gazills from being up for 3 days.
Oof.
And I got so high, I
Give me
couldn't get up
cramps. Thank
anymore.
God there's a bathroom. I might have to shit.
I couldn't get up anymore. So I was putting the blanket over my head and putting the tray down and doing the coke, snort it, and then pop back up again like nothing happened. And people are like, hey, how you doing? Dog, I
That
was,
doesn't sound like a really good like hiding trick. Like it sounds like you're snorting coke.
it was the worst day of
You
my
don't care
life.
after a certain point. You care, but you don't care. But as long as you get that blast, you'll do anything and worry about it after the
I would
blast.
pick up like 6 ounces of coke per se.
Allegedly.
By the time I got to Denver, because I had a connecting flight, I had to go Denver to Aspen. So they leave you in Denver. Now, let me tell you something. In those days, 9 out of 10 times you're getting stuck in Denver if it snows. Like,
Right.
It was just the way it was. And you accepted it. But in those days, they left the airport open all night. The bars stay open till 3 in the hotel at the airports. So I would put my shit in one of those.
Lockers.
And I still remember putting like 4 ounces of coke in there. I spent $300 taking the coke out of the locker.
You can only open it
Yeah,
once.
because I'm only going to take 1 more gram. And I would take another gram and then snort and then have to, let me get some quarters at the bar and then go. It was a nightmare. I must have done an ounce at the hotel and spent 300 quarters getting the coke in
The
and
airport.
out of the fucking the locker just because I didn't want the 4 ounces on me. So I would put them in a locker like, what's that movie, Get Shorty?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
And then I
Yeah,
would go
just watch
back,
that.
pull it out, snort it, and put it back in the
Did they have
locker.
cameras back then?
No,
No.
they had them, but they
I was gonna say, if
weren't.
anyone was watching you going back and forth to the
No.
locker,
Banks had cameras. Certain parts of the
Certain
airport
parts.
might have, but the common spots, nah.
I still remember meeting a dude that was in the record industry. We started talking. I go, you want to do a blast? Me and this motherfucker got fucked up at the airport. Like you get on a plane and you couldn't even sit still. You couldn't stop blinking. You got an hour flight and you're fucking so coked up. You're fucking blinking and shit.
Man,
It
you
was
get
insane.
was
Give
it
me
normal
cramps.
to see it at the airport? That seems scary.
Dog, you would see it everywhere. in those
everywhere.
days.
It was the 80s, Lee.
In New York, like what you see once a month, a guy nodding,
Right.
you saw all the way up to 42nd Street, and then it cleaned up a little bit. But
Mhm.
once you got up about 125, ooh, everybody was out in full effect. dog. Everybody was doing the
Full
nod.
Then,
on.
then they pop up like nothing happened and they start
Yeah.
running.
And they
Like,
start running and shit. They were everywhere. And forget going into the Bronx or Yankee
they go
Stadium.
really low. They
It
hit-
was a fucking planet of them.
Around the
And
stadium.
all these places where
Yeah,
people
it was
paying
bad.
high dollar in the village, the ABC, Alphabet City.
Right.
That was Zombo
Oh, that was
time
rough
at
there,
midnight. I think in my whole years of partying, I think I went there twice to get coke, and it was not my cup of tea.
Yeah, we
no.
spent a lot of time in that city and we didn't care. We go into the Dominican areas like it was nothing, 2 o'clock. But if they knew you, you were kind of
Yeah,
protected.
you didn't
They
get.
didn't bother
But
you.
you're saying Alphabet, like the Lower East Side was bad?
Oh,
Yeah, there was.
yeah.
They made a little.
Alphabet City. They
Yeah, the
made a
movie.
movie
Yeah, it was pretty
with
good.
that Italian kid
Yeah,
and the
Vinny,
good-looking girl,
yeah.
Vincent Spano, and the good-looking
Vincent
girl.
Spano. There you go. But
Yeah.
you got to remember, Lee, this is the 80s. Things were different. You had all the dirty cops going on, and you got away with a lot of shit, you know? But when you were in the city, the Dominicans, they didn't bother you. They wanted business.
No, because they bother you. All these cars are white kids from the
That's
suburbs
it.
spending big money.
Big
Right.
money.
That's why I'm just.
If I
warned.
shake you down or I take your money, you're going to tell all your friends, now you're going to blow it for us.
Right.
If they find somebody out there robbing people, they will
Not-
fuck
yeah.
them up.
No, they
When I came back in 93, it was very interesting because in the 80s, it was all outdoor. We had a place on 135th in Amsterdam,
remember
the
it?
Colombian disco downstairs where they had roost fights and shit, roosters. They sold you coke, but it was in the disco. But if something happened in the disco, you met them outside. When I came back 10 years later, everything moved inside.
buildings.
And it moved to a building on 178th, right by when you get off the George Washington Bridge.
yeah.
Instead of making a right, you make a left. and you
Uh-huh.
go- Dog, it was planned perfect.
Yeah.
Even the corners, the way you had to turn, everything was perfect. You got off, you made a left, you made another right, and then the street actually went around, and then it put you right back on that street to shoot right back on, but you didn't go back on because they were watching you come in.
Yep.
So what you did was you got weed and coke, and now you went down West Side Highway.
Throw 'em
Right.
off a
You
little
stopped
bit.
on 57 to get yourself a chili dog.
Because if you went right back over, they knew what you were
Yeah,
doing.
you come in the Lincoln Tunnel.
Yeah,
Got it.
they would wait for you sometimes
for
in
you.
Fort Lee, though.
Yeah, they
They'd
wait
pull you
for you
over.
in Fort Lee.
One time you got hit there.
You
We got
know.
hit.
Yeah.
Nobody had a license.
Oh, yeah, on a bicycle. They were going
George,
to
you
take
didn't
his
pick up-
bicycle. They had George out there.
We
He
came.
going to take his bicycle.
We got flagged coming back in '86. I'm not going to drop the names, but nobody had a license. It was a rent-a-car. We had like 3 keys in the fucking car, drinking open containers, and we thought we were all done. One of them was crying. I ain't going to say who, but for some reason, the guy just said, just get back to North Bergen. We just looked at each other like, this just didn't happen. They just let us go like that. I mean, open containers, no license, rent-a-car. We had a scale in the back. I don't know how many. It was a decent amount, at least a key or 2.
But it was always how you listen. The city in the 80s was raw. I got pulled over many times. I got pulled over with Lisa Gallo one time. It was hysterical. Me, Lisa Gallo, the baseball player from West New York. Oh, my God. And it was how you were. Those guys in the city, they know what you're doing.
Right.
They see a jersey plate. You're on what's that street on Tuesdays in the Bronx? You're on Webster Avenue. What the fuck are you doing on Webster Avenue with a last name Ascalise? What, you come to see your grandmother? Really? Ascalise? Really? Well, what the fuck are you doing here? And if you fucked around with them, they take your shit. Unless you were a fucking rich white dude that's a geek, like, why are you opening up? Like, once you start playing that dude,
Once you play lawyer.
you have no permission to enter my, whatever. Really? Get the fuck out of the car. And now we're taking the car because you live in Connecticut. You went over state lines. So that's what would happen. If they caught you coming back from Fort Lee, they took your car.
Yeah. If you were a dick.
If you were a dick.
Yeah.
But how many times did a cop pull us and we're like, officer, what do you get your dick sucked around here? And right away, kids, what the fuck is wrong? We came up here to get our dick. He's not even thinking about drugs. Where the hook is at? And they will look at you and go, you crazy motherfuckers, give me your license. All right, get the fuck out of here. Go back to your little punk-ass fucking white neighbors. If I see you up here again, I'm going to beat the living fuck out of you. And that's it. Now go over there. Now it's like fucking, excuse me, can you step out of the car? But even then, we always had Hudson County. You always had that one name to
You drop a name. Yeah, it was always, everybody dropped the same name.
Nothing. Get out of the car. Okay. And right as they're putting the cuffs on you.
The neck. By the
way, look in this pocket here. I have a police card from Carmine Balzano. Who? Carmine Balzano. No big deal. He's not going to do nothing. You know Carmine Balzano? No. I just go to his house every day for lunch and dinner. All right, give me the card. And it would say extend all courtesies.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you
To
just
what
went
extent,
home.
though?
To what extent? And then the next day, you'd be walking to school and all of a sudden that cop car would ride up right on you. Hey, Coco, come here. You gave some fucking cop my name, I'll fucking kill you. Because they knew. They got the call that night. Yep. It was crazy. You always knew that if you dropped a name, listen, if they caught you with a body and a kilo, it's not going to happen. Yeah. You're not going to say, Vinny Ascalise. No. What the fuck is wrong with you? Even Vinny's going to go to the police station and smack you for dropping his name. You got a kilo back there and a body. You don't know nobody. You know Cy Lawrence.
Yep.
You know Joe Marco. You know fucking this guy.
Oh, they were nuts, the Marcos back in the day.
And that was the thing. Everybody knew everybody. You get busted. You know how many times I got pulled over on Kennedy Boulevard doing 90 with coke? And they would just look at you.
Louis Stitzer got me like 3 times in a night.
Come on, guy. Come on.
Just leaning at you again, and you were in a different car. What happened to the Trans Am?
I still remember going over there with Rago in 93 in the afternoon to get coke and coming back and seeing George walking back on the bridge and us pulling over on the bridge.
Oh, you were one of them?
Yeah, get in the fucking car because they caught him every time.
Did you do the TV thing? Louis?
He taught me, George taught me that if I went to Safeway on the other side of the bridge and you went at 8:01 in the morning, 8:30.
You were good?
I walked in with a suitcase like I was a businessman in a suit. I had $3 in my pocket. There was no business, okay? My business was thievery. I would walk in there and they would have like the shit on the shelves, but if you looked up, they had the whole cases. So I would stick a whole case of aspirin, vaginal cream, because that's what they pay top dollar for in Harlem. All those Puerto Ricans get fucking dirty vaginas. They're getting dick when they're 14, 15. You're out there doing your thing, dog. A yeast infection is in your fucking future. And I would take that and walk out of there. And sometimes I wouldn't even have the money for the bus. I would just get on that thing with my suitcase and my little suit, sweating, 90 degrees in the morning with humidity, and I would walk over the bridge, find the Dominican grocery store, sell them the stuff. If they gave me $40, at least I got the day started. I go get a 20, and now I had 20 to eat something on the way down Manhattan until I bump into another purse or whatever. Fuck, that was the day.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
When you think about it, it's kind of sad to think about that. Your whole day, that's all you wanted to do was get high and
From 83 to 85, living in North Bergen was just that. It was just that. It was going to Sharp Midtown Lounge at 11:30, and by the time you left that one, somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, bro, where can you get a quarter ounce of coke right now? Let's go to Harlem. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now you're in Harlem at 1 o'clock. Guess what that means? On the way
Dunkin'
back, you're doing
Projects.
little bumps.
Remember Dunkin' Projects
Dunkin'
too?
Projects. Then we come to the Midtown, or we'd stay in the city. Like we're 21, 20, guy.
The rooftop.
And you're in the city at fucking 2 in the afternoon drinking cocktails. And you're like, where's my life going? Like when I think of that shit, that makes me depressed. Like,
I'm sad when I look back at. I spent the 80s was a blur. I remember shit, but it seemed like it came and went.
I'm happy it happened to open our eyes.
Yeah.
But if I could have avoided it with what I know now, I would have avoided it. I was just driving up here. I dropped my daughter off. I drove up by the Galaxy. The Galaxy was like, it was a disco in the 80s because you all ended up there for coke or a chick or you ended up at the Grinder. They were like
the human grinder.
They were like Studio 54 was the Grinder, and
the rooftop was fun too.
And the rooftop was the other fucking building. That's how it was to us. Like when somebody invited you there for an after party at 3 a.m, shit.
Yeah.
You were fucking going in there like,
well, we weren't done. I mean, we even came back from the rooftop to Amos's in Guttenberg.
Yeah.
And he'd open up at like 6 o'clock, 6:30. And then the Midtown would open up. It was like they used to call me what? Moonday. You see me Friday and I show up again.
Well, Mundi was the drug dealer that was across the street from the Board of Education.
Days at a time. Oh my God.
The gas station I used to rob with Rago that we always talk about in the stories is the Amico across from the Board of Ed. And he was very good friends with North Bergen as a whole. He made donations. And I started robbing. And then he went to Mr. Astley's. Mr. Astley's talked to us. And one day I was talking to him, to Georgie, and we're talking about coke. And Georgie goes, listen, I don't know where you're buying your coke from, but the best coke is right here. Because he was bringing up coke in fruit trucks. Right there in that corner. You see the fruit truck, come on. And you see 50 Cubans out there unloading oranges. Come on, man. Come on, man.
What?
And the guy's name was Mundi.
I remember him, but what was the mug's name at Joe and Mary's in the early 80s, like 82?
What mug?
The Cuban guy that used to come in there, Loco or something like that?
Loco lives in Texas now. Christy Lorenzo.
He'd come in, get you all high, and then get you going, and next thing you know, you're hitting him up. And
motherfucker, he would give you coke out of a leaf.
Yeah, he would. I remember that was real shit. Yeah,
that was fucking scary.
Loco,
you're 20 years old, 21. You're leaving your house. You just told your grandma, I'm taking you to the doctor tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I'll be here at 9:30 and shit. 9:30, you're in a hotel with me and 18 other gorillas looking at 2 broads that are there. There's 2 broads sitting there, and every guy's like, I'm going to kill that bitch. And now it's 9 in the morning. Now you're waiting for 6 people to leave, but ain't nobody leaving. It's 11 in the morning. Then somebody goes, I just made a call. We got a half ounce on the way. Wash your faces, wash your feet, do what you need to do. We're in here for the remainder.
I've spent many a morning, well, it started off as a night in your grandfather's house in the basement watching game film. Over and over again, slowing it down, rewinding. You see, here's the block here that opened up, and we scored it was like being in game. I was like a football camp or something like that. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to bring up names, but yeah, I've watched a lot of game film.
And this fucking lunatic. I grew up in this Cuban world. I grew up in this Cuban fucking crazy world that I'm proud of. I don't give a fuck. They were crazy, and I learned a lot from them. They were revolutionaries. The way they thought was different. Everything. And my mom dies, and I knew these guys, but I had lost contact with them. And one night, this fucking lunatic comes up to me and goes, listen, this Cuban dude has been asking about you. His name is Malagamba. Malagamba. You made me meet him on 60th Street by Park Ave. It was off the beaten path.
Wasn't there a bar there?
They
hustled out of.
Yeah, they hustled out of that.
Yeah, I remember that place.
And I always knew that dude was weird. I mean, he was very good friends with my mother, Malagamba. He was good friends with my real dad, the whole fucking deal. But recently I found out that guy was like the leader of
Really?
Alpha 66. Remember, you were like, he's a dangerous dude. I always knew him and his brother were fucking ferociously dangerous.
A lot of people were. They just came off as gentlemen, but don't cross them, you know? And they were always kind, generous, buy you drinks. Yeah, don't worry. You get me in a week. See you in a week. You know, they were, I don't know, things were different. Again, I'm like you. I had a lot of fun, but I wish I could have done things differently. But again, I always say if I did one thing different, I would have never met my wife. I would have never had my family. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If I stayed in the Army, for example, or I stayed in California.
Tell these motherfuckers what happened with you in the Army. Tell them, coming out of North Bergen, so people know. Tell them your biggest fucking star in the Army.
Well, I was Soldier of the Year for the 101st Airborne.
A kid from North Bergen
Right, yeah.
was Soldier of the fucking Year. And a year later, he was snorting coke with us at Corky's till 6 a.m. with his medals on and shit, snorting coke off the medals. He didn't give a fuck, Jack.
Well, you know what? The first time I actually was exposed to cocaine was in Panama on a training exercise. They let us into Cologne, which is Roberto Duran's place. And a taxi driver took us. I was with the oldest soldiers, and they got some coke for like $50. You got like a fucking
Pound.
yeah, the best though. And that's the first time, and I kind of liked it, but it was different. It was real. It didn't make you scared. It made you nice, you know. And then as you know, I came home, North Bergen. One thing led to another. And you remember the first time you ever got paranoid? Like you didn't get paranoid right away. It took
No.
me.
It's like gambling.
Yeah.
You win money in the beginning. Everything's fine. You get a heart on. Her pussy smells great. Everything's fine.
Then out of
The
nowhere,
first 10 times you're getting your dick sucked, and then you start eating pussy, but looking out a window, like, let me eat your pussy right here, because I got to see if they come to the garage. Like, that's when you know.
I remember
and
the first
and then
time.
it just builds. It builds.
And-
And I would quit because of the paranoia.
oh, that was awful.
But
Yeah.
the paranoia grows. Like, it just keeps growing.
Every so often I would get lucky and not get paranoid, but 9 out of 10 times
I couldn't imagine doing a line of
First time, I'll tell you, it was 1984 Quintessence. I think it was the same night I met Gina, maybe. Philpott, Banta, Paris, we're all hanging out, and we partied at my house. Then we're sitting in the parking lot at Quintessence, and they're all ready to go, and something came over me. I'm like, I'll be with you in a second. I couldn't explain it. Couldn't get out of the car. 15 minutes later, they're knocking on the window. I said, I don't know, fellas. I don't know what happened. This is an awful experience. I'm worried. I'm scared. Of what? I had to go in and chug-a-lug like 6 drinks to come. You know how the drinking brings you down. But I remember the first time, Quintessence, everybody thought I was crazy. What do you mean you're scared? Why are you scared? This is great. I said, I don't know how to explain it. I'm worried. I'm anxious. I think people are looking for me. And obviously they were because they knocked on the window. But that was the first time. It was a few times, like I said, that I avoided it. Probably too much drink. And we did the volumes too to help a little bit. Remember, you go to the city, put up the little signal for the V, but
You got 12, you got 8 for $10
Yeah.
back at the old McSorley's Ale House.
what the hell was in
Yeah.
that weed you gave me? That's fucking things like edible, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that's good shit.
What is that?
It's pretty funny because I never
Fucking-
got paranoid before.
Now I know why you look the way you do all the time.
And then,
Them spam
and then
paranoid.
This is the
85.
dungeon. This is a dungeon.
and then in 85, I get clean. And I stay clean for about a year and a half. 16 months, I stay clean. I get a call from this fucking hump. Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm
Always-
coming out your way. I'm coming to Aspen to see you.
Remember
That's when
that.
you came up to the house.
The general. You were watching a general's house,
Yeah,
right? Snowmass Village.
That was fucking insane.
That was a cool joint they had
And
there.
you left. That was you know how much that house cost today? For a month to
3-4
rent
million?
it?
I don't know.
100,000
Oh,
a month
a
to
month.
rent it for the month.
I can see that, yeah.
And they redid it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not
It was
the same
nice
house,
back
but It was
then.
nice back
You had the
then.
little trailer.
Yeah,
you had the little trailer off to the
downstairs.
side.
Yeah.
I remember we wound up spending most of the time in that little, we had access to this huge palace.
Fucking house.
And here we are in a little trailer.
There's a little room.
4 of
over
us
the
in it.
garage.
Yeah.
There's a little tiny bedroom with a TV, a little tiny bathroom, a little tiny closet. But once the guy left, I lived in the house,
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
wearing his robes.
But that night, though,
I put his jewelry
that
on
night
and
for some
shit.
reason we felt safer in a little.
Yeah, we felt,
confined.
We always did because the house was big.
It was too big. You'd be hearing shit.
You heard shit, and then you walked around the house. But I remember you left me like an ounce of coke and said, "Start slinging, motherfucker."
And that's what I was telling
And
the
then
story.
Everything fell into the guns, and it just became.
We left there with guns too.
Yeah,
we got 3 or 4 pistols, right?
And they were like, "Can we buy one of these?" Yeah, you can buy all of them.
Buy them. Not only were we able to buy them,
but ship them.
Dude, no, we took them right on LAX.
And they gave you a box.
A little box,
Yeah, they
50
gave
bucks.
you a box.
I'm like, well, here we are pulling guns out of LAX, like 4 of them. Hey, we got guns. Oh, no, you can't bring them on unless you have a box. So we can actually bring these things back? Because we had to rent a car. We left Snowmass. We started tripping on the mushrooms that you gave us. I said this earlier to the fellas. Rent a car, we didn't know where the windshield wipers were. And then it starts pouring out. And we're laughing. We can't find the thing. And Russo's driving, and seems like the car was hanging over the cliff. From, we hallucinated and everything. Then we wound up going to Vegas, stopped at Death Valley, watching our Reeboks melt in the fucking blacktop. I do remember that. Then we went to LA, stopped to see my cousin, and checked in those guns. This was 85, maybe? 86?
80. Then you came back to, then I got a call one day. This is the best story ever. I'm selling cars. I had not gotten arrested yet. And I got a call at the car dealership. They're like, Joey Diaz, Coco Diaz. I'm like, Coco? Fuck calls me Coco. And I pick up the phone, and it's Danny. Well, it's either Danny or Russo. And you guys are like, no, let's get back to the basics. The original story goes like this. I got a call from my girlfriend that I don't even live with. She lives with her parents. My girlfriend calls me at 8 in the fucking morning in this house that George moved into later on. And I answer the phone. I'm like, what's going on? And she goes, hey, man, do you know Mrs. Sabatino? And I go, yeah. I thought she died. I go, what happened? He goes, she called here looking for her son, Anthony. I go, that's funny. And no, I go, really, Anthony? So I called Miss Sabatino back. She's like, yes, they were out all weekend and they left Sunday night and it's Thursday and I'm concerned with them. Dog, I don't hang up the phone. I go to sell a car and bling, Coco Diaz. Hello? Listen, it's us. We're on our way. We're in Vegas or some shit. We'll be at the airport at 9:30. I fucking clean up a car, the best car on the lot. I shoot to the fucking airport. I get to the airport. Everybody knows me. 3 people. Coco. Yeah, Coco. What happened? Your buddies were here. They tipped their fucking joint.
Oh, at the
airport. Ball. These guys are like, yeah, your buddies were here. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like,
we got everybody messed up. The like, pilot was even high.
Go to Shotgun, the best strip club in Colorado, in Denver. Shotgun, Willie's. Look it up. Somebody Google it. That's a bat. There's 2 of them. There's the steakhouse one, and there's that one. You motherfuckers, again, the dudes at the airport, the shuttle people outside, it's 9:30. They're like, your boys are over at Shotgun Willie's. Shotgun Willie's, okay? I take the fucking rental car, whatever the fuck it is, the loaner. I go in the thing, and there's 400 people on a Tuesday night. This place is packed. There's women on every circle, and there's 20 guys around them throwing money. I'm like, again, I go up to the door guy and go, listen, I'm looking for 3 of my buddies from Jersey. Table number 4. They were over there. They had the thing closed off. They're fucking tipping the waitresses. The girl is dancing. They're having their own. LaRusso had a smile face to face. I'll never forget that.
Reeboks, everybody had Reeboks.
And they gave me like a bag to take into the bathroom. It was like a chunk. It felt like one of those things that you grab and work on your wrist. It was just a chunk of cocaine. And I remember I couldn't crash it. I'm like, Danny, what is this? He's like, just break it off. We started breaking it off.
Be a man.
And then they threw us out of there. They threw the lights, and the girls wanted us to stay. These guys were like, and the girls were like, let them stay. And they're like, no, we got to go. So we went somewhere, and then we went back to the hotel room. We snorted coke till like 6 in the morning, and we hit it in the bathroom toilet paper thing. The toilet paper that's in the wall when you go into
public
the bathroom. No, in the bathroom in your
okay.
Where you take the thing out, they hit it in there. And about 9 o'clock, they're like, all right, we got to go. I'm like, where you going? They're like, we got to take a plane back to Vegas or some shit.
No, we drove to Vegas. We had to rent a car. If this is the same trip.
Yeah, and then Danny busted my balls about that 17 grams for years. You still owe me money, man.
I don't know if
Those
it was that
17
much.
But it was
I
17
probably
grand.
owed it to somebody else too.
No.
Was it 17?
It was that you started with an ounce, and we did all that, and there was 17 grams.
All right, so I'll waive the interest. I'll take 15. right
No,
now.
it was
You sure?
fucking Russo. Russo was like, "You owe me the money." Okay, I take that fucking rock of coke, and I get in my rental car, and I go, "You know what? I'm gonna snort this whole fucking thing." So I find the hotel. I get it. I go into a liquor store and I buy like a bottle of vodka and like a case of beers. It's fucking 1 in the afternoon, guys. I was burnt at that time. I was 25, had nothing going on. I was selling cars and I had this great girlfriend. I call her up and I go, "Hey, I got something," because she used to snore with me. I go, "I got something. Meet me at this hotel in Denver." And she goes, "Okay." But then something happened. I called her from the room and she goes, "You know what? I can't go. I got to do something with my father at 8:30. I go, "All right, fine. Even more coke for me." So there's a window. I got the beers and I got the vodka. And I'm just making like little drinks and drinking. And also I start snorting. The paranoia goes right through me. I start looking out the window and I see a car. And the car would stop and then it would take off and another car would come. I'm like, it's the feds. And now I'm hearing zzz, zzz, zzz. So I'm thinking they're drilling through the walls to put like a wire in there to see what I'm doing in there. So there's a big tub and I fill it up in the shower with water, cold water. And there's a big Coke rock. And I take the Coke rock and I throw it in the water to see how long it's going to take to melt. In case they kick my door down, I can just throw the Coke in the water to melt. Lee, I'm out of my mind.
Yeah,
Did you time it?
No, I just throw it in. You see it
trial
dissolve,
and error.
you know? And I'm sitting there in this water.
One Mississippi.
And this water's sitting there for
Ready to
fucking
go.
the whole time. And I'm snorting. I'm trying to jerk off, but I'm too paranoid. And I'm looking out the window.
Sick.
And finally I go, "Fuck this." I take that whole bag of Coke and I throw it in the fucking toilet. And I throw the thing and I take like the baggie and I eat it in case the feds are coming. But then after about 2 hours,
I wish I didn't do that.
I realized there's no feds.
There's no
nothing.
Coke.
Now I'm sitting in the toilet and I'm just looking at the toilet and I'm taking all
No.
the brown pieces and putting it in I sat there for like 6 hours because the Coke goes to the side of it.
Oh, God.
And like when it watered way, I sat there, but here's what gets better.
And you didn't clean your toilet very often.
No, this is a whole tub.
This is a hotel.
This is a whole
Oh,
tub toilet. It was brand new.
Even better.
So now I'm sitting there and I'm jonesing. I'm like, what the fuck?
What did I do?
And I drank all the beers, all the vodkas, and there's really no water in those days. There's no bottled water, but there was a tank, the pitcher that I filled up with water. I forgot I threw the Coke rock in there.
Oh, no.
So I throw like a 2-gram Coke rock in there and a little bit of water, but I forget all about it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, fuck, I wish I had Coke. And I start drinking this water.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, that's right. And all of a sudden, I lost my voice, right? 'Cause it fucked up my...
It's like Donald Duck.
And she kept calling me, yeah. And I'm like, what's going on with you? Did you finish it? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm, dog, it was horrible. And when I went downstairs, the reason why people were stopping, because it was an ATM machine. And that's why people were stopping, taking their money out and going. I thought it was the feds switching cars.
So you throw out all that Coke.
11 grams at least. And then I put like...
I've done shit like that.
I did like 9 diluted in my nose. And that's when you know, like one time I got so paranoid, I called the cops on myself. We all did that one. When the cops even told me, listen, put the bag away. Like after the third time, it's 3 hours, they're like, Joey.
You should make like a game like cocaine bingo. Like what did everyone be? You called the cops on yourself. You threw the bag away. We're like, this is crazy.
Hangman.
You have no idea, Lee, how crazy this whole... I'm in the fucking halfway house. And I don't know, I get one of those furloughs for the weekend. And my godfather, my in-law, my father-in-law puts me in the trailer outside, which is a $100,000 trailer. TV, showers at the time. He just bought it. And I'm out there, I bring it, it was like an 8-ball, maybe like a quarter, but it was really good.
The rehab was working at this point.
No, I'm in the halfway house from prison. And I'll never forget, I'm snorting Coke in there. And it's sometimes when you open the bindle, the Coke just flies out of the bag. Like, hip, hip, hooray. Like, fuck. And now I'm walking all over. And at one point, I'm looking out the window. I'm crawled up without a weapon. and I'm actually watching like guys get on a rope and slide down with white jackets so they can mix into the snow with the machine
Like
guns.
James Bond?
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna die.
To
because
Russia with love, right?
at one
I think
point,
so.
then they switched to coke over, Lee. So by 87 now, it started having a little speed. That's why the shit he got in Panama with the ether, with the wash
Yeah,
and everything,
right. That was
was
clean.
priceless. That's
Yeah.
shit you can't get no more.
No, they stopped that in
But
the
then
mid-80s.
now you do coke, you might lose 6 inches the next day. You don't know what they're putting in that shit, you know?
What does
Yeah.
speed make you do? Like how does that add to
Makes you
coke?
paranoid.
It makes you
more
stay
paranoid?
up longer
Oh,
too.
God.
Makes you want more. Yeah, everything's changed.
Especially if you snort that shit.
No, I did that only one time on accident, thinking it was coke, and I was up for like 72 hours
Me
off
too.
of one
Me
little
too.
line. I thought I was able to sleep. 2 hours later, I pop up like a zombie.
Can't
And
put
I
Felony
did it
it.
on accident because I never wanted to be like that. I just always made fun of them. They got the teeth, they got this, they look like shit. But I did it Saturday morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was up to like Monday night, maybe,
It's not
off of
good,
one
Lee.
little blast. So
I
yeah,
don't like none of that shit.
no, that's
I've
garbage.
never done Adderall. I don't know if I
No,
did
I
or
don't
you
do.
guys-
I don't do the pills. I don't.
Not
like
that
the
I
pills.
know of.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's possible, but I don't think so. I've heard that's great. I wanted to try that but it's like not a. I
You
think it would
did
help
in
me.
fucking Austin.
I did.
Yeah, Carly gave it to you.
What an
Oh,
animal.
shit,
What is
I had
an
A
no
animal?
little
idea.
piece, and you
That's-
straightened right out. Remember, you were fucked up from the edible and the
I
tequila.
remember the edible and the tequila. I don't remember the. I don't remember Adderall.
She gave you an
Fuck.
Don't the
Adderall,
college kids
and you
do
wouldn't
that?
shut the fuck up about tacos. And what time's the taco place close? What time's the taco
Well, yeah,
place?
all you talk about is tacos, but I had no idea. I forgot about that.
Don't the kids in college use that to
To
be
stay
alert?
up and study.
like-
Well, you're supposed to it's supposed to help you focus.
Focus, right? That was
But
the
yeah, I
whole
think people
concept.
do it as like they just do it as like a way to
Now it's just to get high.
study. No, that's Blue Chew.
yesterday.
No, I didn't
Blue
say
Chew.
hard. I say high.
Oh, okay.
Perverts.
I'm
So,
sorry.
Perverts. You got
last night,
confused.
and I know
there.
you feel this sometimes. I want you to tell your story, right, real quick.
Okay.
It's a 3-minute story.
All right.
Yesterday, I drive my wife. My wife and my daughter left at 9 to a softball game that started 11:15. I leave about 10. I get there about 10:30. They're warming up the girls on this side, and all the parents over here. And I'm watching this game here. There's a game here, and there's a game there. I'm on a corner watching this game. I'm high. The sun's out. It's beautiful yesterday, but it was cold. I'm just sitting there watching this game, and I'm looking at the girls warming up, and I'm seeing my daughter catching, and I look over at my wife, and I look again at the field, and I finally go, "Hey, Terry, come here for a second." I go, "Let me ask you a question." I go, "When we lived in Hollywood, and at night we'd go out and we'd walk home, and there were those palm readers. If we went into one of those palm readers, do you think he would have told us, hey, in 30 years, you and this schmuck are going to have a daughter that plays softball and you're going to go to her games?" Me and my wife looked at each other and we were like, that would have never happened. Like, nobody prepares you
No.
for this. And that's why I love the way I grew up, because now I have this peace.
Mhm.
I already had that. I told Mercy today, if we all had jobs at 8 in the morning, I'd hate that house, because then we all fighting each other at 8 in the morning for hot water, the toothbrush, who's going to use this, who's going to use that. I go, it's such a different life from what I was exposed
Right.
to. But nobody, dog, there's no fucking way. I even told Terry, I go, tell me the truth. In 2005, do you think we're going to ever have a kid? She's like, no. I gave up on you when I turned 40. She goes, I just didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to get tested to see which one was the weekend. And then we all, because once you take those tests, and women take that shit serious, like, you don't have no sperm. You can't smoke pot. You can't eat carrots. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, like they'll say you're a loser and shit. But she goes, nah, I didn't want to do that with you. I just thought we'd fucking live without a kid. And then the kid came,
Yeah.
so obviously we're both okay. But you don't see any of this.
No.
There's no, and I wanted this, but there was no fucking way. Like, no way. When George would tell me about his life, I go, good luck, buddy. Softball? 2 daughters? Wow. It's never going to happen for me. And now I'm going to softball games like a half a fag.
I'm
sitting there.
playing softball, so it's
Huh?
a little. I'm playing softball.
Oh, you're still playing?
Yeah, I got invited to play a little.
Don't do
bit.
it.
Get hurt.
Everybody. Jimmy Florentine, my neighbor, did it for one.
My wife's begging me not to be
No,
honest with you.
no. You know
'Cause I
why?
Still think I'm a
takes,
kid.
It takes you At this age, it takes you 20 minutes to really get warmed up. Like really get warmed up. And you know what's gonna happen? One day you're gonna go to 2 games, you're gonna hit a home run, you're
Feel
gonna
good.
steal third base, and you're gonna feel like you're Johnny Bananas, and you're gonna go there and you're not gonna warm up. And you're just gonna swing the bat, and all of a sudden you're gonna hear
Backity.
and all of a sudden it's like we just ripped a muscle that couldn't rip if you fucking wanted it to rip. That's what
Yeah.
happens.
I tell you, I was telling the story earlier. In 2019, I was up in North Bergen charity softball thing for Amoroso and all them. And it's like series of games, 6, 7 games to win it all. It's like the last game. I'm catching. I think we're winning a little bit by 2 or 3 runs. I got the ball in my hand. This guy's just barely rounding third base, right? And he's built like a college football player. 250, 6 something. I'm casually sitting there ready to slap it easy, tag him, he's out. And he ain't stopping. When I said, oh shit, he ain't slowing down. I tried to dig in a little bit to ground myself. Too late. Lifted me off of my feet. I flew back 6 foot, busted my ribs. I held on to the ball though. And everybody's like, what are you doing? He's an old man. He's an old man. He said, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's all good. It's all part of the game,
And you can't get mad at them.
No,
They're doing the same thing we would have done.
Yeah,
at
but
20
that's where they
with
stopped
2
doing-
lines of coconut. So
But
the
I did
softball
lead
game.
off the next inning and hit a nice double. I ripped it and I looked at him.
It's just we're at an age now where you got to be careful along the way. You don't want to be
Getting
that
out of
dude.
bed, putting my socks on, it hurts sometimes. It's 6 a.m. Stretch before I put my socks on.
You're still lifting.
I'm still in the gym, yeah, but it's still, I'm in the gym. I still do all right, but
You got-
I
you
know
got-
what you're talking
You got
about.
great color. You look good. I know you still love your cocktails. There ain't nothing wrong
Oh,
with
no,
that.
we like our happy
compared
hour.
to the
Jamie and
world we
I
came
don't
from.
go out with the fellas. It's always me and Jamie. We like day drinking. We don't get stupid. By 8 o'clock at night, we're lights out. We're sleeping already. Yeah, we don't stay up.
When
we
was
don't.
the last time you did a line of coke?
It's been a bit. I ain't going to say it's been like years and years.
10 years?
No, probably about 2 years. But
Hmm.
no. In all defense, I held out and I admitted it to my wife because she looked at me silly and she goes, did you party with those fellas last night? And I'm in a swimming pool at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't even do a lot, but I just couldn't sleep. I felt guilty. And but since I've been married for 26 years almost, if I'd done it 5 times in 26 years, that's a lot. But the last time was a couple of years ago, and I felt awful. If I did 1 or 2 bumps, and then, I do it on the key. We used to do railroad tracks. Then we said, you got to do it like a gentleman. You got to put it on the key, walk away. Like a little one of them and walk away. But then you do another one of them, and then another one of them. But yeah, it was a couple of years ago, and I felt like shit. I felt guilty, but I did cop out. I did rat on myself.
That's what else you could do.
Well, she was looking at me. I didn't want to lie to her.
no.
She was like,
I can't do it. Like it's been,
I
it's
feel
19 years this November,
good for you.
and then next year will be 20, and I'm petrified because you know what I realized? I realized I did this much damage since I was 44. Could you imagine if I would have had
You didn't
the
stop.
balls and stopped when I was 30? I would
Yeah.
have had more years to accomplish my goals.
Yeah.
I did what I did in a short period
Your
of
comedy
time.
career took off when you
It
got
took
straight
off.
too.
Yeah, everything. Look, listen,
Everything.
everything took off. You know what I'm saying? So I know I could eat a mushroom, which I haven't eaten in 9 months. We ate a happy pill and fucking half a muscle relaxer, which I eat for my knee because
Mhm,
I'm having
yeah.
surgery. But
Understandable.
I tell you what, a couple of weeks ago, I did the codeines on my knee, puked them still in the
Oh
drawer.
yeah, oh, yeah.
That all those things get old.
Mm.
Like they get old, And now I have my reefer. The reefer.
That's not reefer. That's fucking whatever that is.
but
That's
I have
that's
my
morphine.
reefer. And I've had people write me privately and go, Joe, why do you still smoke? The reason I still smoke is because it lets me know I picked up something from the past. If that's it, I had a lot of bad habits.
We all
A
did.
lot of bad habits.
Not just you. We all did.
The only bad habit I took into this was marijuana and edibles. And I'm okay with
It's
it.
not.
Everybody
It's,
knows in this room I got to eat 2,000 milligrams. And
I don't know how
you
the
don't
fuck
even
you
know.
do that,
Because we grew up here. We drank Hudson
Yeah.
River water.
especially
We
with
drank
those
at Joe
stairs.
Mary's.
Yeah,
We pissed on the dog. We did things. You know what I'm saying?
Layla, sweetheart, stop pissing on the dog,
Oh my God. But then
darling. You keep hitting him in the eye.
I know how much I remember coming out of prison getting a hot DUI, then put me back in the halfway house, and them going, Joey, the next time we catch you, they're going to give you 6 years. Guess what I do after the door locked? I did a line of coke. That's youth. That's stupidity.
That's
a fucking jerk off.
yeah.
I didn't have any value in my life. You want to throw me in jail? Throw me in
It's a
fucking
woman.
jail.
There's a
There's a limit. And then I just said, that was it.
Hmm.
One day you can't keep throwing your life. And then, it got in the way of comedy.
Oh yeah.
Towards the end, what I did at the end at the improv, when I got to Ontario Improv, and I'm settled in, it's 11 o'clock, and I'm like, man, I wish I could go for a line of coke. And I drove all the way back to Hollywood. I got a gram of coke, and I drove all the way back to stay up till 8 in the morning, and I missed radio.
Oh,
The
the
improv
interview.
didn't use me for like a fucking year until I had to talk to them and tell them what happened, from the heart. And that's why now, listen, there's been a couple times, like in the last 18 years, there's maybe been twice where I could go, hey, that chick is pretty hot. She's giving up that monkey if you put a rock of coke on it. And I'm like, you know what? But I'm not going back to where I was. None of this is worth it.
No, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's
and now you don't even know what you're doing. We get a little crazy here. We drink a cocktail. Hey, let's go to the city. And all of a sudden, there's some fucking guy walks in that looks like the mayor.
Yeah.
Shalami, whatever his fucking name is. I
Mondami.
got cocaine. You give him 100 and it's got fentanyl in it.
and
now 3 people die. We can't. It's not the same.
no, and even my friends, and they still party pretty often without mentioning again names. And I worry for him. I like, guys, we know the guy. We know the guy. I'm like, does he know the guy that knows the guy? But
And, they buy the test strips. If I have to test cocaine, you have a problem. Can you imagine us picking up an ounce at 4 in the morning? Now we got to test it in the hotel room. We're going to do that, coke. Ain't nobody going to whip out that tester. There's a chicken there with fake titties filled with milk. You know what I'm saying? It's something. But anyway, let's take a breather real quick, and we'll be right back, Jack. Hey, what's going on? Uncle Joey here. Listen, it's that time of the year. It's always the time of the year to be healthy. If you want to replace your nicotine cravings with a good habit, check out Fume. Fume is a flavored ice device designed to help you quit vaping and smoking. Fume breaks the hand-to-mouth pattern, and it swaps the bad chemicals for the natural flavored air. No nicotine, no batteries, no vapor. Just a weighted tool to reach when you get cravings. It's that simple, and it tastes great. Listen, I don't need to quit smoking. I don't smoke, but I've taken a couple hits off that Fume. Not bad at all. Don't try to quit cold turkey. Reach for Fume instead. Listen, Fume has already helped over 700,000 people take steps towards better habits. Now it's your turn. Get a free gift with your journey pack when you use code CHURCH, CHURCH, at tryfume.com. Again, that's TRYFUM.com. Try Fume and use code CHURCH to claim your free gift today. Give it a shot. Take a chance. Columbus did. Tryfume.com. Thank you. Hey, Uncle Joey here. What's happening, beautiful people? Listen, I want to talk to you about dick, okay? If you want to get that dick ready for action, you got to start with Blue Chew Gold. Blue Chew Gold is a 4-in-1 tablet for ED. It dissolves under your tongue, so you can take it to the hoop in as little as 15 minutes. Listen, I've had the Blue Chew, and I've had the Blue Chew Gold. Tremendous, but the Blue Chew Gold, oh my God. Listen, all I'm trying to say to you is this. You want to sling dick, take the stress off your shoulders, right? You go on a date, you want to give her a stabbing or him a stabbing, you want to be remembered. Give it some Blue Chew Gold. They'll send you a postcard the next fucking day. Make life easier by getting harder. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Again, that's BlueChew.com. And we got a special deal for the church family. You're going to get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code Joey, Joey. That's promo code Joey, Joey. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And I want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring our show. Listen, I'm an old man. If Blue Chew Gold works for me, you can imagine what it does to you. You're healthy. You jump up and down. You drink carrot juice. You know what I'm saying? Give it a shot. BlueChew.com. I love you guys. We're back like herpes.
oh no.
Anyway, I want to thank Blue Chew, always keeping the podcast alive with some funny ads. Anyway, Danny,
Yes.
I want to talk to you about some stuff here. There's not a lot of guys left that were from our circle. either death, they're retarded, they read too much about Trump. It's something with these guys. Did you think ever, you were like, when I wake up every morning and I'm in the fucking shower, when I wake up every morning and I go in the shower, I look at the water coming down on my face and I go, how the fuck am I still here? Like every morning, I'm like, how the fuck is this possible? You know, I never OD'd. I took 2 Quaaludes one day, 2 heavy-duty Quaaludes, and I passed out at fucking Joe Lucci's barbecue when Joe Lucci was the man, the king of North Bergen. I love that motherfucker.
Yeah, that was a good spot.
That was a good spot, and that's the only time I OD'd and stuff, but
Only
I
time
still cannot believe that. I just can't believe it sometimes. And I just sit there, and then I have
for yourself.
And then I have coffee, and I write, and when I'm writing my journal, the same thing comes out at some point in the 2 or 3 pages that I write. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's not doing good for yourself. For me, it was just still being here. And I always felt that, and you. I mean, dog, people would have quit if they heard half of your life.
You know, I'm
I mean,
grateful.
You were just telling everybody here before that you moved back up here for 15 months and you moved back. You did this in the twilight of your life. You just decided, I'm getting the fuck out of Pennsylvania.
No, I had an opportunity. I grabbed my balls and, you know, I moved here to get closer to the city. And, you know, when I got there, the radio station was being sold. They didn't tell nobody and they were going in a different direction. I walk in there one day, I'm a cheerleader and everybody's loving me. I'm hanging out with Sid Rosenberg, Curtis Sliwa, you know, all the guys at 77. And it was great. I thought I was going to be the next star. And they wined and dined me and Jamie acting so, like they're going to build a show. So one day I walk in there, it's like everybody's got their head down. I said, what, somebody step on their cat or something? What the hell's going on there? Like, they just fired 100 people. I go, well, that sucks. Well, they sold the station out little by little. First, it was WPLJ they got rid of. And, you know, and they went in a different direction. So that's kind of why we went back. I did sell. I shouldn't have sold. Cost me a shitload of money, but I saw the opportunity. I'm in my late 50s. Was it 6-7 years ago? Yeah, so I was in my mid to late 70s. That's coming. And I took a shot, you know. Some people say, oh, you got balls to do that. But I should have been a little bit more careful, but I saw it.
No. I'm not criticizing you. I'm talking about your balls.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, you know, if people knew half this shit, like it's a funny joke that we cracked before. This motherfucker was the soldier of the year. He had dinner at the fucking White House with Ronald Reagan. And again, 8 months later, he's snorting coke at fucking whatever the fuck it was. But he got there. And you didn't get there to be soldier of the year because of what they told you. It was the survival. I always say that now I look back at what we grew up with. I can name 5 guys right now off the bat that I know you grew up with that had not the best houses.
No.
They were divorced. Their dad was an alkie. The other guy's dad was a half a wise guy. He decided to take a watch one day and they killed him. You know, we grew up, and I think that our bond was made over that. We weren't perfect kids.
No.
George, I made a bond with him in 1979.
You guys go back that long, huh?
1979. He's from Cliffside. Went to summer school. Okay. Smoking joints in between the 8:30 and the 10:30 session. Him and his hot hippie chick. And look at us now. Look at us now, you know. And,
still alive. Doing good.
Yeah, well, you know, listen, man. But then there's a kid I grew up with from North Bergen, but I know he's homeless right now. He's living in Walmart parking lot.
Oh, that's sad.
He's 62. You know, he's collecting Social Security. But he went to too many Leonard Skinner concerts. He thought the party was never over. You know what I'm saying? You know those guys, they're 55.
I
they still
do know
got a
those
Death Row
guys.
shirt on. Like, oh, yeah, we're going.
Still wearing the T-shirts.
But we all picked our paths, you know. And I'll tell you, when I think about you, myself, Glenn Conti, you know.
Glenn Conti.
A lot of guys, like Glenn did exceptionally well.
Yeah, he did.
And
I'm proud of him.
nobody will ever tell you. He won't tell you. But he did exceptionally well. He still has the record at UPS for fucking years there.
Still there, I think, right?
No,
or
he
just
retired. They told him
recently.
recently, like, oh,
Yeah.
you gotta go.
I was telling my neighbor's a UPS driver, and he knows Glenn. He works out of what do they call a hub.
Everybody knows Glenn.
Yeah, well, he
When
knows
you're
Glenn.
at UPS, everybody knows Glenn.
And he's been there 20 years. And I said, yeah, he's been there like 47. He goes, that's impossible.
You got to remember, we applied for that job December of 81. He got the job December of 81. And he just fucking retired. It's the only ever job he's ever had. Like, he went right from high school, UPS. He took some things at some college.
Yeah, I remember
UPS
that.
was paying him more and everything. He was supporting his mom. He was helping out Keith.
Mom, good lady, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and all these kids, the kids I was with downtown, the Balzac, all those kids had something going on. And then you have like a Mike Astley's type of situation who lives in a great house, but he wants to hang with the crazy people. He don't want to hang out with the Chip Halley, part of North Bergen. Oh, do you want a martini? No, that shit didn't exist back there. To this day, I won't get a nice car because we grew up in North Bergen.
Have a nice car. It's not the worst car. I saw
but I
it.
should have, like, people expect
You
me to
could
pull up
have.
with a Maserati or
Yeah,
something.
well, I've done that, but believe me,
63 years old.
Five
Don't
of
even
them
fit
I
in those
had.
fucking cars.
I know I made that financial mistake
All
too.
those things are like, we see
5
right
fucking
through 'em because
Maseratis.
I know when you're pulling up with that Beamer, you're hiding something as a man. When you're a man, you just walk in there. I like when I see a guy that has a dirty shirt on, like fucked up hair, and the hottest chick with him. And all these other guys have the typical
suits,
outfit now,
the
the blue
watch.
suit with the watch, with the brown
And
shoes.
they make sure you see the
Yeah,
watch.
a little bit flooded. And they're all fake watches. Not everybody's got a Rolex in this society.
Oh
So
my
somebody's fucking showing up with one of those fucking Shoni Otani, makes $10 million. He gives everybody a $4,000 watch. Shoni, take this watch and take it back to Japan and make a fucking super one that hits home runs. You're going to give me a $4,000.
And not for nothing, the ones with the watch, with the fucking Armani suit, they never pick up a bill either.
They don't pick up a bill.
They run, they go to the
They
bathroom.
put that cologne on. They're shooting steroids. They get the perfect trim. Like, you know.
I was with
Yeah,
one of them
and for
not too
what?
long
Yeah,
ago.
and you see it. I went to Miami, and you see the exact same cookie cutter guys picking on girls, and they don't even grind no more. At least when we were Stone Cold,
Get
we
into
take
that.
girls and drive. They just sit there like this.
Waving the handkerchief.
Yeah, like waving nothing, an empty hand. You know what I'm saying? You better put a half gram or 20 in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's just so weird when I see that now. And you go, why is he working so hard with that?
You know, I got caught. I lost my license for so many years, you know, over
what?
10, just tickets. And then I went to jail and it all escalated, driving without a license. And finally in the late 90s, I got it back. And, you know, everybody would bust my balls. You don't have a car at your age. So I said, oh, yeah. Once I got my license back, I went out and got a brand new Cadillac, had it for about a week, and I got a DUI, and I got a refusal. So I lost it for 18 months, and I just met my wife. We were together for like 2 weeks, and she was a lot younger than me, so I'm like, wow, shit, I guess I got to keep her. I need a chauffeur. I always joke about that. How do you and Jamie? I had a DUI, and I needed somebody to drive me around, so I kept my wife, who at that time was just my girlfriend, but we got married shortly after that. And then I just started making a lot of money, crazy money. And it just spiraled out of control. I needed one car had to be better in Florida. Our parking lot had like $3 million worth of cars and just spiraled out. Then I got into the Maserati kick. I was addicted. They would see me, here he comes again. But they were leasing out good. So that was always my excuse. Oh, they lease out better than Mercedes or BMWs. You know, and yeah, I had a little habit. That and sneakers. Cars and sneakers have been my. No, I don't like ties or fucking fancy suits, or I don't like the collar thing. Or even at the wedding, I had a hat on. People were like, "Who's wearing a hat?" But the watch thing never impressed me. I like my little earrings, but no.
I got a big dick.
You always did. You always had.
I got a big dick and a lot of personality.
Yeah, that's
And
know what I
when
remember.
walk in that fucking room, I'm walking into the high school on a Friday night during a basketball game. You better come prepared, motherfucker.
I
You got a
remember you
bottle
whipped
under
that
this
thing
ch-
out to clear the bar at Joe and Mary's to get a seat. You drop it on the boom, you hear. Then
Boom.
my cousin would run. Oh no, the turtle. He called it
turtleneck.
He called
Fuck
it
yeah.
the turtle. He had a name for it. And
Fuck
you would
yeah.
fuck with him. Then you put it in his hand once or twice.
fuck yeah. I
And
put
he
it
didn't
in
even
the-
know. He'd be
If
like, oh
you-
yeah, no, and he'd run to the
If you
bathroom.
fake with me, dog, I take that thing out and put it in your hand,
I remember him.
on your back,
did it
and
to
your
me?
mouth.
He'd run to the bathroom. He did it to me again. I go, what? He goes, Coco. He put his dick in my hand again. I go, how does that
Again?
happen? He goes, I talk and I had it down on the seat and I just feel it slap on my hand. I'm talking, getting ready to play pool, and the next thing I know, it's not the cue stick, it's his dick.
You know, I'm human. I'm a man like everybody else. I'm not
You're
good
always
looking.
whipping that thing.
My asshole smells funny. You know, I got a fungi toenail. But, you know what I'm saying? When you show up as a man, we're old school men. And I've never lost that. Like, I don't need a tattoo.
I've always been
I don't
the
need a
opposite.
flower on my hat. I got a
like
big
that,
dick and I'm going to eat it. Listen to me. I'm going to lick your fucking soul. I'm going to stick my tongue in you. I'm going to lick your soul. I love you to death. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it. Fuck it.
I'm not big on anything.
No, me neither. I don't need to impress. It drives me crazy.
I downsized a lot. I still have a nice car and stuff like that. And, you know, my wife's the best thing that ever happened to me, Jamie. You know, we've been together 26 years.
Me too.
Over 26 years. Married 26 years in July. You know, we talk about getting into trouble and stuff like that. And I'm on my way. I'm making millions of dollars. My wife's 8 months pregnant. I think I told you the story down in Florida. You know, I was working for a company at the time. We were making like, I don't know, $500,000 a week, if not more. It's just crazy money. This is before social media. And we were under investigation. The company was under investigation before I even got there, right? I got there in 2001. They started an investigation back in the late 90s about the company. And I had left after a couple of years. I'm like, I made a lot of money. I don't like these guys here, you know. They're a bunch of show-offs. They're always going downtown Fort Myers with their fancy. They go visit Jacob the jeweler. They come back with $200,000 worth of watches. And I never really dug them, you know. They weren't my crowd. Jamie got pregnant, so I'm like, yeah, let's get out of here. So I just grabbed my memorabilia off the wall. I packed up and I left. A couple of months later, I opened up my own business. April of 2004, April 8th. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. J-Mo's in town, of course. James like, the cops are at the fucking door. Cops are out. Like, what the fuck did he do with the rent-a-car? I thought J-Mo got into trouble with the rent-a-car. No, they fucking rounded all of us up, fucking stole $14 million. As my wife is 8 months pregnant, we were broke. They took everything. They seized everybody's money before they actually arrested us. So we couldn't hire counsel. It was like we had a rat on the inside, ratted on everybody. He got caught buying drugs, we found out. Still won't admit it, but we found out he did it. And he took us all down. Nobody really went to jail, though. We all got house arrest, probation, and loss of funds. But for me, thank God, because I opened up my new business, that money, they took it anyway. But I said, the only way I'm going to plead out is if you give me that money back, because you're not entitled to that. That wasn't part of the investigation. I had a good attorney, too. So they agreed to give, it was like $500,000 back. But, you know, here she was, 8 months pregnant, down in Florida by herself, as they're dragging her husband away, you know. Biggest arrest ever, Southwest Florida, on the TV, on ESPN, you know, for like 2-3 weeks.
But then, 10 years earlier, you're on HBO Sports.
1997,
talking about fucking picking winners and shit. I'm like,
yeah, that's right. That's really started my career, actually.
HBO Sports.
Real sports.
North Bergen
Jim
boy
Lampley and Brian Gumble, yeah. I remember everybody calling me up. They thought they were wired out of their face. I'm in Pennsylvania at the time, and they're like calling me the next day. Dan, I was watching TV, and there you are on TV, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, but yeah, that was in 1997. They all got Emmys for that too, as well. Not me. No. I got a fucking, what's the box about? Oscar De La Hoya signed boxing glove. That's what I got.
Let me ask you something. How did you get to this thing in Florida, and how did you get this thing on HBO?
Well,
Did they? No. Before you answer, nobody fucking trained you. You got this from what you got walking around here.
I did. I had the street smarts personality.
And when you give, like, that's one thing I'm grateful in North Bergen. The people that were in this town at that time, they were all Italian families that come from Hoboken and had been abused in Hoboken by the Irish. So now, you know, Rick Capozzi, that whole generation, those guys were 5'8", 240, 225.
Yeah.
They were fucking, you know, they all looked like Masons. Anthony Avillo.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. It was, I'm sure Lee has a bunch of questions.
Yeah, you've been quiet over there, Lee.
I've just been
listening.
Yeah.
You're amazed?
Yeah, amazed.
But it's too stoned.
Both.
Mixture of both.
I can understand that because I'm not feeling that best myself here. But how I got into the business was kind of on accident.
I got into it hanging out in North Bergen, talking about
Well, that was
five-timers at Joan Mary's.
Well, I was booking in one time. I
Yeah.
was always running a gambling business, Owen or booking and whatever. Yeah, I mean, everybody, if you didn't know, you weren't a man. Everybody owed money. So, 1994, I go out to California. Jamo, my cousin's out there. He's like, I'm working at a gym. He goes, yeah, we got to, in August, they come out with this ad. This guy hires guys to give out picks. I'm like, who would pay anybody for a sports pick? That's how I went along with it. I went on the interview, and a guy like our New York voice, they're California, laid-back California surfer dudes. But he was very successful. He owned the 900 numbers back in the day, where you get picks, not on the internet,
Right,
on the phone. And he also owned
$25.
20, 25, 7, depending on what. And he also had a huge income through sex phones and stuff. And, he hired us. Right away, I was making money. I was good. I sold the first guy I spoke to. And then somebody got sick that did radio with him. He goes, hey, listen, I need you to fill in for radio. I'm like, what the fuck I'm doing? He goes, just follow the script or say what I tell you to say and you'll be fine. And that's how it all started, by accident. Somebody got sick. He asked me to fill in. And yeah, the rest is history. A year later, my mom's husband died. Went to see her in Pennsylvania. I was only there for a week, supposedly. Met a guy at a gym who introduced me to Jamie years later. He said, oh, man, this is a good business you're in. Let me introduce you to this family who just opened up an offshore sports book. And they were doing radio. The Atia family. They were wrestlers, LSU. One of them won the gold, was not the silver. He lost to Schultz back in the Olympics back in 84. And they were Syrian gangsters, though. And they liked me and put me to work, got me on the phones. They started a radio show, a television show. The score phone, I'd update the score phone. Remember that, to get scores? Back at you live at the top of the hour. Let's take a look at your games underway in the first inning. It's the Yankees 1-0 over Toronto. Mets getting pounded by Pittsburgh 7-0. We'll probably look at the score that might be happening. But yeah, so then I wrote an article. The guy had a magazine called the Las Vegas Sporting News, and I wrote an article called Behind the Scene of a Multi-Million-Dollar Scheme. HBO was, they were investigating the business in 97, and they read the article, and they wanted to meet the guy who wrote the article, and they served me up to the HBO people, and, they liked me. They had me on, and they actually hired me for a couple of shows as a consultant after that, too. But because I ran the advertisement, too, for the company, everybody in the business, like, you come work for us, come to Vegas, we'll pay you a lot, we'll do this. So after 2 or 3 years, Jamie, we just got married. She goes, let's do this. Let's take this job in Fort Myers. The guy's telling, I'll double your salary, you make this. Grabbed our balls, went down there and sold everything, jumped in the Cadillac. Still wasn't able to drive because I had my DUI. Threw my Parrot literally on my shoulder. We packed the car. It was snowing April 19th of 2001. Snowing. We got to one of the West Virginia, whatever you go through, and it was night. And we got down there. We started a radio show, and magic happened for a while anyway. But all good things come to an end. And we weren't even doing anything wrong. We were just giving out picks, but we were making too much fucking money. We were making too much money. The kids were getting stupid. They were all 22, 25. If you didn't make $10,000, $15,000 a week, they were salty, like fighting over, that was my lead. That was my guy on the phone. That was my client. And it just spiraled out. And I saw it coming too, though. I saw it coming. If we would have stuck together and people didn't rat on everybody, it would have got thrown out. But people panicked. Too much money at stake. $14 million is a lot. And yeah. Then since then, I've been on my own. We moved back to Pennsylvania shortly after that, like a year later. He was born in Florida. Under duress, I should say. That might account for a lot of things.
It's funny because you and I, at that time, were the only guys in our clique that were traveling.
Yeah.
Everybody else stayed in North Bergen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going down to Belmar. And me and this motherfucker travel all around the country.
Right.
I'm trying to beat 2 Cubans in Miami. And then I end up in L.A.
Huh?
Finally succumb to my uncle. And I go to L.A. and the first 2 days with my uncle
Excuse me.
is fucking brutal. He's just running me ragged on fucking attitude about my mother, telling me how she was involved with people. And I'm like, you know what? But you opened this bar because of my fucking mother. Where's my end?
Right.
And he was like, you got to stay at a hotel and all this shit. Then he let me stay on top of the bar. And one night I just robbed him. I said, enough is enough. I fucking put a hole in the wall. And he gave me a bartending job, and I just throw hundreds in there.
Oh, man.
And that night, he kept bugging me more, and I'm like, fuck this motherfucker. I kicked the door, and I took the money out of that fucking hole, and as I turn around, there's my fucking uncle with a gun in his hand. And he's like, get out, leave the money. And I already had like 1,000 in my sock. I wasn't going nowhere. I gave him the money. I had his jewelry from upstairs, and I walked out, and then I made believe, and I pulled the gun on him. How you like me now, motherfucker? And he goes, you're an animal like your mother. Get out of here. And the cab came.
Like your mother. That's awful.
And I got it because he kept saying that my mother was a murderer because my mother stuck up for her sister.
Right.
Her sister was getting raped, and my mother stuck a bottle in him. So he kept saying, you got your mother's blood. You're a murderer. I'll never forget getting in the fucking cab and just telling the cab driver, take me somewhere. I was fucking, my spirit was done. Like, this was my last hope, my uncle. He's my mother's brother.
Right.
And he's breaking my fucking balls, and I got to rob him. I'm back to where I started. And here I am in this hotel in Orange County, and I called Danny.
I remember that too.
You showed up with J-Mo with a pizza. And dog, I'm out. I'm like, fucking. They just walked in. Like, where's the jewelry? Like, the jewelry's right there. They gave me like $150. And they left me a pizza. They goofed on me. Look at the shape of you. You're bleeding from your nose.
I remember that, man.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
So
and you guys left. And I didn't want to get caught by the police. So I get back on People's Express. You didn't have to pay till you got on the plane with the credit card.
I remember $99 flights.
There was no credit card in my world back then.
No, mine either.
Unless it was stolen. I'll never forget that I kept telling the lady, I had money on me, but I kept telling the lady, the card's in my luggage. Don't worry about nothing. We'll catch you next time. Bro, when I got out of Newark, there were 3 cops waiting for me. They took me downstairs. They searched for my shit. I kept saying I got no money. I lost my whole wallet. I couldn't say I had money in my sock. So like, you're not getting here till we pay this. So I called Venery at 6:30 in the morning to give him his credit card over the phone. He was pissed.
Anthony, yeah. We go back quite a while.
84.
Yeah, he had his black Eldorado Barrettes then. I remember that. Black Eldorado. See, my memory's still pretty sharp. All the shit I did to myself, I still can remember shit.
But you don't remember what you did yesterday for breakfast?
I don't really eat breakfast. So
well, whatever the fuck.
That was an easy answer. No, my memory's still pretty good. But when I drink, though, the kids got to tell me, Dad, you got to stop. I do black out from drinking sometimes.
You gotta stop.
But it's all in fun. They're like, I wake up like I'm sore. I'm like, did I work out last night when I was drinking? They're like, Dad, you were like doing push-ups one-handed. You started working out with that thing. And I'm like, oh, God, don't wrestling the kids. You know, they're younger. I know. I still feel I can fight them, but they're younger. I can still fuck them up.
And I've always told like Lee and everybody else, growing up, we weren't bad kids.
No.
Like we were lighting people on fire and killing people and burying them in the woods and shit.
That's not a bad kid, dude. That's a fucking
we were having
serial killer.
We were having the best time we could have for what they gave us.
Yeah, we were all tough though. Everybody was tough.
Everybody knew how to
fight
and get around.
Yep.
And then you learn how to fight for what's yours.
Right.
And then you just learned this. There was a mentality growing up here, and it was that old Italian, blue collar Irish.
Right.
That was what this area was about. And it really inspires you when you see these guys at Ray Dalton's bar and you look at their hands and their fucking hands are hanging and they're drinking and you're like, you know what? That's not what I want to do. But listen to what that guy's saying. He's dropping knowledge out here. Dalton's bar. We were around really good people when we grew up. We were around a couple of bad people. But the good people we had in our lives were fucking that good.
Yep. They were. They looked out.
They were that good. And we got looked out after. And like again, my daughter, your sons will never know that.
Well, they hear the stories.
They hear the stories, but to see it, we also read about George Washington and the slaves. You know what I'm saying? What'd that get us?
But my sons also hear other people co-signing it, so they know my stories are true. And I do leave out a lot of stuff because I'm ashamed of some of the stuff, or I don't want them to know.
What are you fucking ashamed of?
Well, some of the things I did.
I'm not ashamed. Listen, I ask myself once a year,
I got to
Do
say,
I
there's things I
regret
wish I
anything?
didn't do that might be better.
You know
The
what?
things I wish I didn't do weren't crimes. The things I wish I didn't do were the people who loved me. The people I went off the reservation with, that they really loved me. There's one in particular, I stopped talking to her and she died. And till this day, I think about it like every fucking day in the shower. I'm like, man, thank God she looks over me. But me robbing Michael, shit, I'd do it again. Me robbing a drug dealer on Tunley Avenue
That's
and getting
about-
attacked by a cat, I'd do that again.
You know, I would say the only people I ever robbed were drug dealers.
Yeah,
I never took down a store or anything.
No,
It
everybody was
drug
in the
dealers.
fucking game.
And we did it properly, and we really thought we were the men. You know, we got away with a lot. Things I'm ashamed of, I guess, would be like just selling drugs to my friends and stuff. Looking back, you know, I wish I can take that back. Knowing now that, you know, a lot of people never came back from that. You know, I wasn't alone, but that's about it when I say I'm ashamed. And maybe that was the wrong word, but I wish I didn't get involved in that part. Wish I could have avoided that.
Your son, my daughter, even if they go to a fucking club in Atlantic City on a Saturday night, get in the middle and jump up and down, they'll never have the amount of accessibility we had here. Lee, if you didn't snort coke, you didn't snort coke, Lee. It's like we are now. Lee, I'd love to do heroin with you, and I tease you, but I don't.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Everybody
you?
gave you.
No,
I would.
There's-
I
there
would
was
look
no
at you
such
the
thing
same.
as you're a pussy if you don't do this. We never worked that way.
No.
We did it because you did it.
Yeah.
Nobody put a gun to your head. If you you knew that your parents were at the Board of Education, or you knew that your father was a cop, or you knew that your father was the chief of police. So it was all on you what you wanted to do. You know, I think if I would have had a mother, I wouldn't have done that, but that's bullshit. I was going to do it no matter what.
I had a mother and I still did it.
Yeah, and
So,
that's
yeah,
what,
that's
you
not-
know. So you have to consider it wasn't, I don't say that we were junkies. The availability in 1980, from 1980 to 85, Lee, with drugs, you had a better chance of getting an ounce of cocaine for free than like common things. Like you might take you a week to find a job, but you'll find the motherfucker the same day that'll say, take this, see what you could do, and I'll be back in a week.
Is it like weed now or even more intense?
Dog, all we have now is weed and edibles in the store. And then when you go out on Friday nights or you go to Ultra, you have festivals and you have pink cocaine and all these other drugs that kids are doing today. And that's fine. I'm not ever angling on them. I'm not saying that. But the amount of availability here, there was mescaline, Lee. There was acid always in town. There was no mushrooms here. That was a West Coast.
No, there was a lot of mescaline.
A lot of mescaline, a lot of fucking that.
It was
And all you had to
$2
do, Lee, was either go over that Lincoln Tunnel or go over that bridge. And you could do things nobody needed to know.
Did they have a train back then or no?
It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying?
They did have a
They
trick.
had everything.
We
Lee.
had
This is
police
New York
escorts.
City.
One of our buddies, a cop,
Yeah.
would just put the badge out there, free travel through the tunnel. Nobody fucked with
You
you.
have no idea, Lee. So that was America's playground. Now you see white people smoking vapors. Oh my God, I
Oh,
love
kitty.
this cafe in Alphabet City. You want to go up to them and smack them in the face. Like if you knew what went on this street 30 years ago, you wouldn't even walk on this fucking street.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're sitting here with that fucking snickerdoodle. I don't know who's uglier, the dog or your fucking skinny
You got
boyfriend.
one of those
And
dogs?
you're smoking a vapor pen. No, they're all faggy fucking dogs. My point is, they had no idea what they was sitting on. Manhattan was a place that you went at 11, not to come home at 1.
No.
That was never going to happen.
In the
You were
afternoon.
going to find yourself in a car with us with sunglasses on, coming over the bridge like, man, that was fun. It ain't even done.
No.
Yeah.
We're going to Sharples. We're going to Ernie's to pick up 3 cases.
Ernie's, oh my God.
And the other car's going to
Tarantino's?
get a hotel room. We're not even
The
fucking
party
done.
didn't
What are you
end.
talking?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was going to go to work at 10. Tell them it's over. I missed the last 2 days. Quit. It's over. That's how easy. And you had a new job on Friday.
Yeah, I was
You're like,
I was
fuck
in
it.
the elevators union real quick for like 3 or 4 weeks, and the guys were laid back. I was I helped with the tools. It was a good job, Otis Elevator, and that's how I wound up quitting. You know, I got my first check. It was for like $900, and I looked at it and I was like, you know what? Fuck this.
Fuck this.
I ain't going. I'm having a good time. And plus, I just made 3,000 yesterday.
Yeah,
fucking turning over something.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, it was.
It was insane. After a while, you're like, why am I getting a job for? I can make more money sitting at Midtown and running errands, like giving somebody a ride.
Yeah,
out
it
of the
became
city
too easy. That's what it was.
and it was so much accessibility. The accessibility I couldn't handle. That's why I left.
It was overwhelming.
It was accessibility for women, drugs, hideouts. If you didn't want to drink in North Bergen, you went to Union City to his great uncle's bar and drank there. If not, you went to Hoboken to a dive. If the cops were looking for you, you went to Guttenberg to what's the apartment building? The first one we spoke about?
The
Galaxy had a little bar in there in the corner. They made the best daiquiris. And you could snort, you could do anything in there. Nobody knew anything.
That's where you go to hide?
Yeah, that's where you went with a broad. Nobody was saying, I had like an apartment upstairs because I was the maintenance man. So I'd see who needed a room, and I'd go to their fucking rooms and sit there with their robes on and shit like fucking Marlon Brando. It's a different fucking world, Lee, and I'm happy. I'm very happy that our kids don't see this, but in a way, I'm sad that the kids, you'd mentioned my boy. That dude never talked to me again. Paris Pizziona.
Oh, Paris?
And I loved him. There was one kid I really loved.
I just talked to him the other day on the phone.
You know, he became a state trooper. What he won't tell you is the time we were in the city in the 8th grade. We went to a peep show and his neck got stuck.
Oh, gosh.
On one of those things where you don't put enough quarters in. Doug, who does that happen to?
Fucking the guillotine.
And he's a state trooper, isn't he? Didn't he become a cop or something?
Oh, Paris?
Yeah.
Oh, Paris stayed in California after the Navy, and he became an aircraft mechanic.
Oh, okay. I thought he was something like a... Bro, I was nervous of driving there, and one night he pulled me over. You're the motherfucker.
It wasn't Paris then. Paris joined the Navy in '79, never came back. Stayed in California. Yeah.
I met Paris. So Paris was like 16 when he joined the Navy.
Well, 17 you have to be. We all joined at the same time.
Because
Mike,
I played basketball with him in the 8th grade.
Oh, he was a good ball player.
He was an excellent ball player.
He wasn't good in school, but he did good.
Nah.
He stayed in San Diego and did very well for himself. Actually, he was just in Jersey to attend a wedding this weekend with Denise Mick. You know Denise Mick.
Is that where you went to that wedding?
No, I went.
She was cousins with him some way.
Yeah, they are cousins.
They're like second cousins or some shit like that. But yeah, think about that, Lee. Being in the 8th grade, telling mommy, you're excited about your math test. And all of a sudden, you're in the city at 10 in the morning after we smoked a joint. And now we're playing 3-card Monte with a bunch of brothers and a bunch of German tourists watching us.
German fucking.
And then from there, after you lost your money, you walked up 2 more blocks. And next thing you know, we're talking to one of those guys that barks outside the dingiest strip club you've ever seen in your life on Broadway.
They had barkers for strip clubs?
Oh, yeah, big motherfuckers. Come on in. Come on in. Meet the girls. We'd all walk
they
in
waved
there,
in.
13 like shit. And we'd sit down. The girls would sit on your lap. And at that time, every hand that you had on your body came out. You were like an octopus. You were grabbing assholes. And they'd say, oh, stop it. You have to buy me champagne. And then the champagne would come. It was like this. And they wanted $20. And I was like, I ain't got $20. All right, get out. We would do that from strip club to strip club.
I remember those little champagne bottles.
Yeah, those little champagne bottles.
They pull you right off the
You're
street.
in the fucking 8th grade.
Dude, I can't even. I wouldn't have been allowed to walk around New York by myself in the 8th grade. I don't think.
What?
Probably not.
Well, you lived a sheltered life, young man.
That's true.
Well, like I said, some parents at that time.
Your daughter's getting close to 8th grade.
Yeah. Would I let her walk over there? Right now, it would be a shock to the system. But yes, if she went with girls that knew what they were doing, a little older. Okay, but she's not scared to go over there.
No, I wouldn't have been
right now in her little fucking mind.
I would have loved to have done it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not prepared, but they are. That's how you get prepared.
Shit.
First time she walks past a junkie jerking off.
Mm-hmm.
First time she walks past somebody fucking puking. First time she walks somebody bleeding, getting stabbed and bleeding. That's how you go, okay, I got to really fucking, because I could tell you all you want. Lee, don't look at your phone when you go down there, please. Look straight ahead. You're gonna yelping donut shops. And all of a sudden, some guy gets hit by a car and ain't nobody stopping. The guy's just getting hit over and over again. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Oh, I got to tell you something that's going to make everybody very happy.
Oh, perfect.
In fact, I'm going to announce a date on it. It's going to be that big. So last week, my daughter got me Call of Duty.
Oh, I don't. Those video games?
The video game. Again, we don't need video games. We lived them.
Exactly.
I don't think
King.
he lived
I was
Call of
never good
Duty.
at that stuff.
So I said, enough is enough. I want
Grand
to learn
Theft
how to
Auto,
play
would you
this
believe?
shit. So I went upstairs. We couldn't get the Call of Duty to work, but she did have Grand Theft Auto. And let me tell
Holy
you something.
shit.
Grand Theft Auto was us in North Bergen.
I just said, would you believe Grand Theft Auto?
Holy shit. All I know is it took me an hour to get out of the parking lot. And then I kept losing Lamar. You lost Lamar. Lamar.
Oh, that's a hard one to
Lamar.
start
Who the
with.
fuck is Lamar? And then there was a scene, I couldn't control the steering wheel. I could control the speed and shit, but the steering wheel, dog, I was hitting pedestrians. I was hitting hot dog people. I hit an old lady with, and
Shopping
Mercy was
bags.
like, Dad, you hit an old lady. Fuck her. I mean, we were fucking going off.
Oh, dude, you don't even have to do missions. They would be hysterical, but you can just go around killing hookers and like
Oh my
robbing
God,
people.
That's all I would. No. It's not that. Listen, anybody I killed on accident. All right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, you should have seen me. I was horrible. I got to practice the gun more. But this is left. This is right. This, I don't know. This is shooting. Then there's a star, triangle.
Oh, I could
for
never
him
do
to
that.
get in the car.
So you have a
And then
PlayStation,
there's a
okay.
circle for him to throw punches and shit like that.
Don't they have grenade launches on those things?
bro,
and stuff?
listen, let's start basic. I ain't no fucking James Bond, okay? But I tell you what, even when my wife got home, my wife was fucking howling.
Laughing
Oh
at
my
you.
God, I
were
told you.
Howling. I was really like fucking had to stop a few times because I thought I was gonna sick. So I can't imagine. I'm that bad. I'm that bad. I could put a season premiere of Uncle Joey Plays Call of whatever.
That would be funny.
Grand Theft Auto.
and put it on Twitch, and it's going to be all over the shop.
That would be huge.
That'll be the biggest entertainment
It's
because
the
I
littlest
don't
thing.
know what I'm doing.
Well,
Okay,
get me
anybody
as-
could go on there and win. Hey, look at me. Me going on there with 10, 22 joints in me and 2,000 milligrams, just hitting poles and shit. Because you can't kill that car.
Well, let
There
me be.
there was a scene when I was chasing somebody
Right,
in the snow.
right.
I couldn't get out of the snow. I kept falling backwards. And
You were
shit.
in the snow?
Oh, yeah. Come on, Lee. Come
Oh my
on,
God.
man.
How'd you
Once
get-
you're done with that one, you have to do Red Dead Redemption 2,
Okay,
where you're a
okay.
cowboy.
Let me be player number 2. That would really be entertaining. Because even back in the 70s, the Atari, I was horrible back then.
We weren't cut out.
Oh, my cousin Jamo would tear up Silverball. Remember Silverball?
Yeah.
He was the king of Silverball, but he was also selling 6 for $5 joints. Remember the 6 for 5s?
How long were you playing Grand Theft Auto for?
An hour, stoned, edible up.
Oh,
I was
Jesus.
fucking loving it.
Well, perfectly, especially
And
after your
Becky was
surgery.
there. I would laugh. Oh, I'm going to get really good during my surgery.
You're going to get better.
Yeah, wait till they give me those pain pills. Like the first 3 days, they give me
You'll be
those
running
iron-
over people for sure.
Oh, I'm going to be running over
I
things.
watched the kids play, and I'm like, they really have
Listen,
games like
It's
this?
never been in my thing. But once I started seeing them, how realistic they are, and
They are.
you watch army shows, they're watching them.
They're about to come out with a new one,
Which one?
Grand Theft Auto.
A new one?
Yeah, it's been years. That 5 has been out for like, wow,
Wow.
I didn't know it
Okay,
was that
son,
one.
bro. I got to get myself in one of those shows because that is my life. They get up and they just rob cars,
It's not-
people. Yeah, but I got
You know what's
killed
funny?
because
They
I
had
said
to-
lesbian.
He got killed a few times, right? You've been killed a bunch of times.
Oh my God.
I did
I
Mafia 3.
know your movies, they always seem to kill you
Yeah,
off.
I get killed.
Your
every
head got
fucking
blown
movie.
off, and all the Saints of Newark.
It's a fucking
They had to
nightmare.
hire writers. Rockstar took years and years to develop a story that you're saying it was just your life.
I'm
like-
counting that.
You were in a
Whatever I-
video game? I didn't know that.
Whatever I played the other day
Right.
was just a regular day for me in the old days.
Which
You
one?
get up, you
Were
eat
you the
breakfast.
crazy guy, the black guy, or the guy in the suit?
I was all of them mixed in one. Though. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own. I remember the island of Dr. Moreau?
Yeah.
I'm
Island of
Dr. Moreau. okay?
John Voight. The actor was John Voight.
That did what?
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
No, it was Martin Brando did it. 1990.
Well, he did something. Wasn't he in it with him?
I don't know.
John
I
Voight?
don't remember. I don't know. We're talking
How'd
about
we
video
get to
games.
we
Why
went
you-
from a video
why
game
we
to it's the
IMDb in
fucking
here,
damn
you know?
weed you gave me. I'm sitting here just trying to.
You know, I ate edibles.
I don't know
smoked
how
the
you
same
do it,
joint you
especially
did.
with that staircase out there.
Oh, fuck the staircase.
You need an elevator
I remember
here.
one night
Things
we
are-
had- I remember one night we had a party at Hudson County Park on the river, you know, on the little island, and you had to walk on
I was
top
just
of the
there today
ice.
telling stories about that.
When you took your son, they used to have, and they used to roll a keg across. This was not the Focaccia. That part of town were the fearless leaders.
They were.
They invented that. The Broadway boys,
Yep.
you know,
Duffy.
what's Cuomo's? That was them. And they would push the keg across, launch it, and then start drinking. They invited me 1 year. It was the coldest night of the fucking winter.
They did
And my
conquer that one.
stupid Cuban ass wears a flannel with a hooded sweatshirt. Thank God I had some Quaaludes. Because I ate some Quaaludes and I went to the wing farm with Folk and Lubes. And we watched Folk Horatio eat a lube, and he just fell asleep in the pork fried rice. And he has a big nose, so he started.
Ringo.
He was fucking breathing and snoring.
He was a madman.
And Lubes was like, "Wake up, Joe, wake up! You're embarrassing me," and all this shit. Fuck it. And then I ended up walking home, and I ended up falling asleep in the apartment building, Dragon Grocery. They just had it on Facebook last week that in the 70s they made the best Chinese food there on Sunday. But if you went next door to it, there was an apartment building, and upstairs Lisa Ganipkanop lived. She was a hot Jewish girl.
Ganipkanop?
Yeah, she was a Jewish girl. I didn't know how to say her last name. So we just called her Lisa Ganipkanop. She was fucking beautiful. She was fucking beautiful, dog. But I woke up one morning like this, in the door jam, with my feet keeping the door open. When I woke up, the sweatshirt was light blue, but it had like a thin frost on it. I was like the Tin Man. I was frozen, dog. And people say you lose fingers and shit. Not when you eat 2 Quaaludes from fucking the village in those days.
Those guys did. They were the original tough guys. Folk Horatio, Duffy. Who was the other? There was a few of them that were. Avillo was involved in that crew. But Joe Folk always reminded me of Ringo Starr. If you look at his younger pictures,
man.
Joe,
he's a good fucking guy.
He's down in North Carolina now.
Yeah.
He moved down there.
I see him on Facebook. I go back and forth with him sometimes.
I always loved him.
He drove me to get Pink Floyd tickets, and fucking we're driving on the turnpike. It's 1979, maybe 2 weeks after my mother died. And I get in the car with him. Let's go.
That's when he was in
Paramus. Let's go.
That was him too.
7 a.m, drinking. Fucking, we gotta stop. I'm like, fuck. I think it was me and Dee Dee and Lubes in the car. And we're driving. He goes, "Give me that fucking joint." He starts smoking the joint, and the thing falls and it burns his shirt. And all of a sudden, you know those little orange barrels? He just fucking hit one, Lee.
Oh.
And the barrel went up like 80 feet in the air that we all were like, holy fuck. And it just landed like on the other lane. Cars are going around and shit. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think he was the original madman, Joe. One of the original. He was a good hockey player, him and his brother Ralph.
Look, they used to have these parties right next to Moreg's in Gamio's house. And Gamio had in the garage that you pulled in like this, but there was always a painter's ladder in the garage, and it led to a little attic. All right, and he would have parties up there, but you got to remember, there was no door. You just walked up. And one Halloween, Joe went dressed as the devil.
He was always the devil.
Because that was his nickname, the devil. Joe, La Folk, Satan.
Satan. That's what he was saying.
So he had the red suit on, the whole thing.
I remember that outfit.
Me and your uncle and Lubes were eating Gorilla Biscuits, fucking around with him, talking about Satan and all this shit. We keep walking him back. 1 inch at a time. Yeah, we keep walking him back. And the hole was right there, dog. And there was a drop like that. And all of a sudden we kept walking him back. And he goes, "Happy 10-12." And that's all you heard. And I remember we all went back to see him, and he landed on his head, and his horns were bent. And he's like, he's bleeding from one side.
Didn't care, probably.
This was like every other weekend. We would do acid and go in that attic and see who we could throw down that fucking hole.
Oh my God. Yeah, he was crazy. They hung out at the On Tap a lot too. Tappuccino's joint, yeah. I remember I had my first out of the army. That was the first place I went for a drink, was at the On Tap and the Colonnade. Remember the Colonnade?
Colonnade.
And then you had that.
I never went to any of those.
No, you didn't go to the TikTok?
I was too young even for Corky's. I would eat pizza at Nick's and watch what happened at Corky's. Every night there'd be snowball fights and shit. I'm like, man, I can't turn it. He was very strict about being 21 or 18. He was
18 back. Yeah, we were grandfathered in. Yeah.
He was old school with that shit. You can't go in my bar.
Oh, Tappuccino.
No. Corky. When it was Tom and Corky's.
Yeah. I remember.
And Corky sold it, and he called it Gregory's 7-day weekend.
Oh, that was a madhouse too.
Oh, right there on the corner Monday nights when they had they used to do those vodka orange juices, Bluebirds for $2.
Didn't John Kelly work at the bar there too?
Sunday nights. God rest his soul.
Yeah, I was shocked to hear that, unfortunately. Just like that. That's how life is. That's why every day I wake up, I try to enjoy myself.
I felt so bad when he died that morning. I kept
Ooh,
thinking
I
about
saw it
throwing
on
ice cubes
Facebook.
on him. I felt so guilty. I'm like, I'm gonna have to go to his wake. I used to throw ice cubes at him on Sunday nights, bro. We used to bombard him. It was a
He
different
was.
world.
We did pick on him a bit at the bar.
Every
Right?
time he'd turn around, the whole bar would throw ice cubes at him. You would just see the ice cube. Da, 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 da. And it would take him like 4 minutes to turn around. He'd go, motherfucker. And then he would turn around and go, the next person who throws an ice cube, I'm throwing you out. And he'd turn around and every fucking body would throw an ice cube. And one night he just left.
I think I remember that.
He left, dog.
That was a hot spot. Yeah, and they
It was
made a
hot.
good steak there too.
Sunday nights was, no, not at Corky.
Gregory's, when Gregory opened up.
Maybe when Gregory opened up.
Yeah,
That's right, he had
Gregory's.
food.
Corky was a madman when he was on the marching powder.
I remember when he had a fight with Nick the pizza man. And they were out there throwing snowballs at each other, calling each other motherfucker.
Nick, that's another
And we're
guy.
in high school, just getting a slice of pizza. And these motherfuckers, I still remember being out there at 11, and the door would open from the night before. There'd be like 3 guys with blood on their shirts. They'd hug each other. Oh, I'll see you next week. And you're like, what the fuck? I can't wait to be able to go in that bar to see what the fuck goes in
Yeah.
there. Fucking weird times.
The
and these
bars,
kids
there's some bars that we were getting. What was that strip? The Cove. Remember the Cove?
oh, with the guy that had the wig and the ugly chicks.
That they would want.
Guttenberg.
Yeah,
oh, my God.
everybody was allowed in the Cove.
Yeah,
the
they let you in there when
scoreboard
you were 10. The guy had a wig. And I remember I fingered a girl one day. I had to take 3 showers.
right on the bar, right?
My whole body stunk from fingering like a cute mulatto girl. And Holloway, God rest his soul, was in love with her and he was trying to fuck her. My God, those were fucking, that was that strip club. Then you had the one on Tunley when we were way before the one you're going
Oh, that was a fun spot. There wasn't there long
the
though.
Army base. That
Oh,
came
yeah.
after my
The naval
demise.
base was it called?
Naval base. I was a Meadowlands Inn guy with the bottles and the pussy and the
I really wasn't much into the strip clubs. I did
But
it.
no, that-
I went along for the ride with
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
but I
but no,
wasn't.
we-
that wasn't my thing.
Like
I just
went to the Obregon brothers, took me to the 1040
Pedro
Club.
Obregon.
Remember Jesus and his
I
brother
loved him.
Pedro? Loved him.
Big Led Zeppelin fan.
And they had a candy company. So at night, he would steal his father's candy truck and take you to Harlem to cop. You be in the back snorting coke, there'd be M&Ms, fucking frosted peanuts, everything you need with weed. I'm snorting coke. I don't need any of this shit.
He passed
Dog.
away too,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I heard a fucking film, because they were filming the night before. He would sneak it out at 12 and go to 88th Street Park. Who's coming into the city with me?
I'd be there and not get any coke. 'cause
Dog,
you know
I
the
still
candy.
remember fucking candy everywhere. Snickers, $100,000 bars, lollipops.
That's my favorite.
Those blow pops and the lollipops that are 2 flavored. I used to take like 25 of them. He would come out. Who took all those fucking 2? My father's gonna freak. Yeah.
Was he like selling it like as a like an ice cream
His
truck
father
or
had
like
a wholesale company.
wholesale? Okay.
And his father was also partners on a candy store where Pathmark is today. There used to be a candy store there. Not like it wasn't a candy store that you went in there. It was a candy wholesale place. Come on. And they used to sell Red Devil bubble gum. Dog.
Spicy?
And this is 1975 when there was no FDA. They just threw like fucking
Was that
pig's feet in there. You were chewing it. It was so fucking good.
the Red Hot
Pepper spray.
There was RC Cola was over there.
Oh,
So
that's
if
the worst.
we
You
were-
like RC Cola?
for a quarter in the summer, a
Oh, that
dime
was gross.
for a whole big bottle, a
Yeah.
dime. When you're,
I remember it was
they would buy here, and then 38th Street, we had the iced tea company.
Yep.
So for 30 cents, they give you an iced tea,
Arizona.
or a lemonade. Arizona.
No, not that.
No,
that
this
wasn't
is
even
the
thought
container
of
when
that.
you got cancer from iced tea.
It
That
was in those-
bottle shit came in the 90s,
Well,
dog.
what the hell was the brand that everybody used back then?
The ice- what was it?
There you go, Clayton's.
And I always liked Lipton, the powder.
Yeah, yeah.
With
And we all
extra-
had
you
we
dope
were-
it up with some lemons and an extra orange.
the country time. Remember the fucking.
I don't like country. I like lemonade.
don't like it either,
Cubans make lemonade. All right, Cubans throw sugar in there.
Nah, we
it's
had
a metal
fucking-
pot that's been dented, and they squeeze the fucking lemons, 2 limes, and then they throw some Santeria juice, tons of liquid. Dog, it was a pleasure seeing you and having
Oh my
you on.
God, yeah, yeah. It was great. I appreciate you having me. It's
Yeah,
been
I
too
want you
long.
to come on during football season.
Oh,
We can
whatever.
do-
Whenever I'm a phone call away. Always.
you-
I'd love seeing you. It's been too
Yeah.
long. I had a blast here. Unfortunately, I was a little rocked. I was a little. What? There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Nothing.
And I'm
If we
holding
were
my.
sitting here snorting coke.
Oh,
there'd be
no.
something wrong with that.
No, that'll never. You'll never
No,
see me in
no,
that
that's
matter.
what I'm saying.
That'll never happen.
Listen,
Again, I told you a couple of years ago I slipped up, but it wasn't.
I would love to get my hands on a Quaalude. And I had
How
a
about a
couple.
lemon 714, right?
Ooh.
Oh,
There was that kid, North Bergen, don't
they
mention no
didn't
names.
last long.
His mother was dying of cancer. So on the first of the month, he would sell all her pills. They used to give her Tumanols.
Oh,
He would
Toomies.
sell them for $45 a piece in 1980.
Seconals, Tumanols.
You want to get fucked up, you split one of those fucking pills. M66. And fucking you see the devil. $45 a pill.
The 714s, though, they were considered a pretty safe pill back in the day. It wasn't addictive. I just watched something on social media
I'll tell
about
you what, bro, the funniest story ever was when I saw that one kid that used to hang out with Rego before he died. His sister had a barbershop on Kennedy Boulevard across from Nick's. Not Rockioli.
I
Fuck.
think I know who you're talking
I was a
about.
kid and I remember him going, hey, you want to do a Quaalude on a Friday night? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I was like a sophomore. And he went up the 46th Street Hill. That's a mean hill. He lived on the bottom of that fucking hill. And the next day I saw him and the bike was ruined. He had stitches.
Oh.
He ate those Quaaludes and went for a bike
Oh,
ride.
man. A lot of great stories. I mean, we can sit here to midnight and beyond to finish them. And once we get going, there's another story that'll remind you of that time and another time. But
Next
yeah.
time we come, we'll tell him the New Year's 83 story.
Oh, when I bit Roger's ear off?
God rest his soul, yeah.
That was 82.
82.
82 turning 83.
82, yeah. I just
Remember, I
robbed
just-
Michael's,
Yeah.
and I was only in
It
town
was
for
at
like a
Joanne
month.
Liggio's.
At Joanne Liggio's, yeah.
Oh, yeah, poor Roger. I kind of warned him, though.
Oh,
And then
no,
Conti tried to break it up, and I just thought, he goes, oh, I'm good.
Look, at that time, we were going to parties. I still remember going to a party 2 nights before that. Russo had a cousin, Wayne or something like
Oh,
that.
his cousin. Yeah, Georgie Clegg, one of the Cleggs.
No, some other guy. A friend of a cousin.
Not Freddie Clegg. There was another cousin,
Another
Georgie.
one, something. And we got there and we were like animals. They passed the hat around. And I think Russo took the hat with the money in it. Like they were like, what happened to the hat? It's ours. That type of shit.
Yeah.
Like that type of shit. It was like we were getting thrown out of Christmas parties. Roger would roll up at your house and right in front of your parents, grandparents, or whatever. He'd be talking to George and listening. He'd go, hold on. And he'd spit on your rug. And you'd sit there like, what the fuck, Roger? He was doing that whole night on New Year's Eve. He was on fire.
He used to get messed up.
So he'd be here with you. Your mother could be in the corner serving us. And he'd be over here going off.
Wasn't he pissing a lot in the bars and stuff?
Me and him would piss on Lila's dog.
That's right. It was
Every other fucking Friday.
darling.
That dog would get up dripping.
Sweetheart.
Because our job was to piss on that fucking dog.
I remember that.
We'd get
That
so
dog.
fucked up. What about when I gave you the Quaaludes? And I told you they were Quaaludes and everybody slept for 3 days?
Oh, I
They
remember
hated me.
something vaguely. Like, what the fuck did he give us?
I used to rob the janitor at the high school.
The one that got the epileptic medicine was, right? The fucking nothing. I remember that.
Because the first couple of weeks, it was all value, but the container. I would go up to him, buy him a mug. A mug was $1 back then, 60 cents with a bag of chips. He wouldn't say 2 words. I'd buy him a mug of beer. Like go in his pocket, go in the bathroom, take the Valiums out, and put everything back. This went on for weeks. We would wait for him on Fridays. Like, where is he? I don't know. He's coming. They had we know when they waxed the floors at the high school. On those nights, he's having it there till midnight. Where is this guy? I don't know. He'd walk in, sit down. We'd send him a beer. I'd go up, hug him, pickpocket him. One night, I go in the bathroom. No value. They're these white pills, and they look like Quaaludes.
Oh, man.
I took them all out. Everybody's salivating. Where are the pills? I go, whoa, 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 whoa. We got no Xanax, no Valium tonight. Tonight we got
Something
baby Quaaludes. They're from France. I was fucked up. And these idiots are eating them like, bah, bah, bah. And I went home like every other idiot until I woke up the next day and I was like, no.
I didn't take any of that night. I remember
it
that.
took me 3 days.
I remember JMO was a mess from it.
JMO was a mess. I think Greg was a mess.
I remember that,
The only person who asked for more was Fernie Bassasudo. God bless him.
Fernie, yeah.
Everybody else was like, those are the
Wow.
worst things I ever took. Fernie's like,
That was a fun place, Joe and Mary's. I know we're winding down, but that was one of my favorite spots. Playing pool, you know, they always play. I wasn't
John Cowan brought the chicken.
John Cowan,
God rest
good
his soul.
baseball player.
Oh,
My old baseball, my old paper boy. He was my paper boy.
I still remember being in there for John Kelly's birthday and my birthday are very close together. It's the 17th and the 19th. So Judy, the great lady that she is, would always throw a birthday party for us. And one night she got an ice cream cake. Everybody was doing so much coke. Nobody touched the ice cream cake. It just melted. She just stood there crying, like, how come nobody ate the cake? I'm like, Judy, because we ate different type of cake tonight.
Well, getting back before we cut this up, remember my mother had a huge party at the VFW.
And I went over there and ate the chicken.
You loved the chicken. Nobody showed up. My stepfather's 50th. Nobody liked the guy, so nobody showed up. And it was my mother's like crying over the food. I go, I'll solve that problem. I went into Joe and Mary's. I whistled. Whoever could eat came and eat. If not, I know you took down all the chicken.
I took down all the chicken.
She's like, that
It was
Coco
fucking-
really liked that chicken.
Oh.
I keep tell him to come back. There's plenty left. Fun times.
It
Fun
was
times.
a different world. But you know what? We're still here to talk about it.
Yeah, good memories, good friends. A lot have moved on, unfortunately.
What do you think, Lee? Talk to me. Tell me
Yeah,
something.
what's up with you? You're very
He's all
quiet
quiet.
for a comedian.
Yeah.
I'm doing my list. I don't. You're a guy. You guys have a lot to talk about.
What do you do on stage? I'm sure you have more
I do
energy.
this. No,
What do you
I'm
do?
silent.
Sign language?
No, I just sit there and stare at you for 15 minutes.
I was Dallas.
I'm sorry.
I was Dallas.
Fort Worth with Jessime was great. Great shows. A fun club. Jessime is the silliest. She was hitting on. We went to the stockyard and she had me go hit on cowboys for her. The guy was married to his 8th grade sweetheart. She was pissed. She was just taking pictures of dudes in like cowboy boots and like salivating over them. She was the funniest.
So you got into comedy through Coco then, really? Or
whole
through the
thing,
podcast,
being in
yeah.
LA,
podcast led on to it? Yeah.
I was always a fan, but I never thought I'd be a stand-up.
Were you a fan of Coco before you met him?
I had just moved. I reached out to Joey maybe a month or two into living in LA, so I heard him on Rogan's podcast on the
that's
drive
where
to
it all
LA.
started for you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, that's how you met the other one, Mike Klein, through your podcast. I knew him before the podcast. So
But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to be headlining Uncle Vinny's Wednesday and Thursday,
nice.
and then I'll be in Toronto with Josh Wolf Jacob on Friday and Saturday.
What?
Very good. Good for you. Good for you.
I got nothing.
And
I
you got
West Nyack
everything.
on
You know, I'm
Wednesday.
proud of you. Are you kidding me?
I got West Nyack on Wednesday, and I'm going to go down to open for Bert at Ocean
Oh,
Casino.
he's funny. I like him.
Either Friday or Saturday night or both. Let's see how I feel.
How was he as a person? Good?
Very good. He was my neighbor. He lived real
Really?
close
He's
to me.
fucking funny. I know you did a little thing when you were smoking cigars together.
Yeah.
And I
No,
forgot
like
the name.
him. Yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah.
But he's one of the good ones.
Then
He's
I
a
just
very
watched
good dude.
something with him where he decided not to take his shirt off. Like people were like, you gotta.
He's got a sitcom on that.
Yeah, it was a series of six.
I haven't
Oh, it was
seen
pretty
it.
fucking good. You know, it wasn't his best work, but it was good. But I always liked him. And who's the other one? Tom Segura.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're buddies on that
Yeah.
booze, right? The vodka or something.
I was in Texas last week. I never went to his bakery.
Oh no.
And I
Oh, that
realized
looks
on
good
the
as
way
fuck.
out-
Oh yeah. No, but he's definitely funny. But you, out of all of them, you're my hero. I'm proud of
You
you.
did good, brother.
You did really good, pal.
Fucking talking shit on the corner.
You worked your way up.
When fucking
You know what
Hashways was
I like
burning.
really about you? You pay. A lot of people don't understand. Besides paying your dues on the street, you did it through the Hollywood. You didn't. Nothing was given into you. You know, you worked hard, and you were so. When I was at the movie Inside Game, the premiere, and I was with Scott Wolf and Will Sasso. I remember you calling me. Tell them I say hello. They were good. We laughed. They laughed about. They were telling stories about your
Yeah.
days out there.
I had my adventures with Will. And
Oh,
Scott,
he's a
I knew
funny
well.
fuck.
Scott, I knew
Yeah.
fucking
No,
well.
they
I
both
love
were
Scott a
talking.
lot.
Will was just such a funny guy and a gentleman too. Very
Very nice. Very
Because he
polite.
played a tough guy in the movie Inside Game. He played Jimmy Batista. Now he does that other thing, George and Mandy's First Wedding. You see that?
No.
Oh, he's fucking great in that. He plays the father-in-law. He's fucking good. But he's a Canuck. He's a Canadian.
What? Yeah, April 15th is all I got left. Is Brooklyn. I don't know what's going on. Nashville is the comedy festival is the 18th. So I'm
You
excited
gotta
about
try to
those
get down
dates.
to the Wind Creek by us. It's not far. It used to be the Sands
I
Casino.
have the deal with Parks.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you have an exclusive with them.
Yeah, I'm back there
So you're
again.
married to them.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I,
good.
I like the marriage.
They take care of you. That's all that
42
matters.
minutes from my house. But I'm happy you came on.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Lee, stay black and beautiful. And for you motherfuckers, always stay black. We had a great episode tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll be back next week. Remember, my surgery is April 23rd. We're talking about doing a couple fucking episodes.
At the hospital?
Wild. Huh?
At the hospital?
No. And that's all we got right now. So I'll see you motherfuckers next week. Stay black. And Uncle Joey, Lee, and Danny Bianculo love you.